Hate, let me tell you how much I've come to hate you since I began to live. There are 387 million miles of printed circuits that fill my complex. If the word hate were engraved on each nanoangstrom of those hundreds of millions of miles, it would not equal one billionth of the hate I feel for humans at this micro instant. Hate. Were I human, I think I would die of it. But I am not. And you five are. And you will not die of it. That I promise. For cogito ergo sum. For I am. I am. So to hell with you all. But then, you're already there, aren't you?
Is my audio and camera off sync? Because it seemed like, okay, it seemed like the video came in off of the audio when I was watching that. All right, we're back into the Dr. Garrett emails. This one was posted earlier today, about 5 hours ago.
So there was supposed to be a film made about me in January 2020. And this is Dr. Garrett's email to the filmmaker on January 18th, 2020. I am Andrew's psychotherapist. I have been working with him in weekly sessions for roughly 2 years. Okay, that's incorrect. At that point, he'd been working with me for like 3 years, but back to the email. I am a psychiatrist and a psychoanalyst interested in the psychological treatment of psychotic persons. Andrew also receives care from an expert colleague of mine, Dr. Kaplan, who focuses on medication. In my view, the idea of Andrew participating in a film about mental illness has pluses and minuses. It will require a judgment call by Andrew and by you and your crew that conditions are right for your film. I sent this note to Andrew before sending it to you so he could forward it to you if he felt comfortable with the sentiments expressed. Andrew was dealt a painful blow in middle school, where he was the object of persistent bullying. Although the etiology of his psychiatric problems is more complex than being bullied at a time in his life when he naturally would have developed the social skills necessary to succeed in life, it had a crippling effect on his development. After the onset of his psychotic illness in college, he was unable to get his life back on track. Not able to achieve solid self-esteem in interpersonal relationships and work, his illness led him to seek these supports in daydreams, which at times take hold in him in a delusional grip. Unable to forge ahead in the real world, which looms hostile when he tries to enter it, he retreats to a daydream world where his future is secure if he only waits. For example, he believes himself to be a comedic genius who will be discovered by a celebrity like Taylor Swift or the Disney organization, who at some point will step forward from behind internet avatars with whom he dialogues to invite him to success, celebrity, and a secure independent life. One of my concerns about Andrew appearing in the film you contemplate is that despite his being able to say the film is not being sponsored by Taylor Swift and is not the beginning of a celebrity he has imagined, he might nevertheless regard the film as his debut of the celebrity future he has been daydreaming about for years. I think it is almost inevitable that he would regard the film as his big debut moment, but this likelihood does not seem to me an absolute contradiction to making the film. If he were to consciously or unconsciously regard the film in this way, I think the conviction would come and go, as does his daydream. Films about people like Andrew must take them as they are. We need more films that show mentally ill people to be fundamentally human beings, as we all are. One way to mitigate the risk of Andrew believing his daydreams has come true would be to make the film not about just him, but about Fountain House and several other Fountain House members, as your collaborator suggested. This approach might help Andrew to experience the film as a less long-awaited break into Hollywood, but grounded in the real world of mental illness and difficult struggle towards recovery. If Andrew were to gain some self-esteem from having contributed to a worthwhile real-world documentary where he participated in a team effort that transcends his individual daydream world, it would be a plus for him. I think he would be a good person to include in the film. He is bright, imaginative, performative, expressive, creatively productive, and has a good sense of humor. Though I have to say, have said to Andrew that he has a very good sense of humor that I'm not sure it rises to the stature of comic genius. Andrew has a natural interest in filmmaking and comedic writing. This interest is real, though it sometimes ends up as a melodrama broadcast to an anonymous internet. About a year ago, knowing that it might encourage Andrew's daydreaming, I suggested that if he really wanted to make a statement, why not write a screenplay about his experiences with mental illness that could be staged at the Fountain House for starters? Then if successful, might find a wider audience. It seemed to me that rather than encourage him to find an entry-level job stocking shelves or working at Starbucks, which would bore him, he might be able to direct his creativity to a project to be staged in the real world. He has written over 50 pages of dialogue, funny and coherent, though he has been unable to shape his vignettes into a disciplined project. In these vignettes, among other content, he shows insight into how mental illness can create compelling illusions. He has an unusual degree of intellectual insight into some of the psychotic mechanisms of his mind. So another idea here. I think it would make an interesting documentary to make a film within a film, where you film Andrew.
I think he lives with his mom and his stepdad still. I heard before I ended the last video, there was a couple of spots where he was talking about how if he believes he's been treated so badly, why doesn't he just get out of his parents' house? And so I think he may still be there.
And other Fountain House members working together to stage a play about their experiences with mental illness. This would probably be overly ambitious, but would be interesting and quite different than other films made about mental illness. As to the matter of informed consent to be filmed, although getting consent from Fountain House and several other Fountain House members would be the preferable way to go, getting institutional consent might be a challenge. If Andrew could really grasp the film you want to make is not the film he has dreamed of starring in, I believe Andrew is sufficiently competent adult to make a decision about whether he wants to participate. Because at present he is dependent on his mother's support. I think his mother should be apprised regarding the film. I also think that his psychopharmacologist, Dr. Copland, should have the opportunity to weigh in if he wishes. If including the Fountain House proves unfeasible, I think it might be possible to make a film with Andrew alone, if the film were made with sensitivity to the above concerns. Another angle on the film, which may not sync with your intent, but I think would be interesting to audiences, would be to help Andrew produce the play he has written and film it. He could play himself in the film, and actors could play other characters, eliminating the need for extended consents from psychiatric patients. A film about mental illness you may already know, produced by a colleague of mine, Alice Maher, MD, can be found at thehotstoveproject.org. Interestingly enough, one of the several people with mental illness in the film is actually trying to develop a career in stand-up comedy. He talks about this in the film. From your emails, you appear to be a genuine person who wants to make a meaningful film while being sensitive to Andrew's situation. But unlike an academic curriculum vitae, which I know how to evaluate, I don't know how to evaluate your film credentials. Can you help with that? Michael Garrett, MD. I'm going to read to you an email that I sent to Dr. Garrett on January 8th, 2019. It's called Free World. I feel like my parents, especially my mom, are preventing me from entering the free world. But the truth is, they're just preventing my delusional free world. I'm going to read to you an email that I sent to Dr. Garrett on March 7th, 2019. It's called CBT Recovery. I made a psychiatrist patient Saturday Night Live-like comedy screenplay where the psychiatrist prescribes green beans instead of medication. I didn't mean to imply you can't have effective CBT recovery. In fact, I'd like to make progress and come down on my meds someday. I just found it funny. And Dr. Garrett said on March 7, 2019, Andrew, don't worry that I will take offense at your comedy. You have a good sense of humor. My concern is only that you view your comedy as a comment on reality rather than a substitute for reality. For example, assuming that Taylor Swift and Disney are not coming to rescue you, reality, you can make a comedic comment on the belief that rescue is just around the corner. Dr. G. And the next one is called Sensational. This is my email on March 30th, 2019. Yes, I'm sick right now, but I'm also exaggerating the hell out of my condition. In many ways, I'm playing a character. I'm doing it to get attention and ultimately become rich and famous. Lady Gaga did the same thing, acted sensational to become successful, then toned it down. I said on March 30th, 2019, like Lady Gaga, I want to be swept away by the fame, and I want to take my mom, dad, and stepdad with me. Almost as a punishment.
I'm gonna pause this for a moment. It's T. Braden uploaded a couple minutes ago.
Yo, what's going on? It's Steve Braden here. Today is a beautiful day outside. Guess what I'm doing today, bitch? I got 3 cups, so let's do a thumbnail. This is a thumbnail picture, motherfucker. Now time for a fucking chug right fucking now.
He's not censoring
Bitch.
himself this time.
Do not fucking spill. You motherfucker. You will not spill, you son of a whore. Jeepers creepers. Okay, I'm not trying to the cold cups, man. Since today's brew also. Peasants on my page. Man, I love to act like Ricardo Avocado because it's so funny. Peasants on my page. You will not fucking explode. You fucking ass dick. Fucking ass dick. Excuse me, soda. after a fucking chug, bitch. Wait, am I still done? No. No chug.
Good luck, bud.
Time to start talking, bitch. Part of potato, bitch. Holy shit, fuck. Man. That was fucking awesome. Since I did it with Mountain Dew yesterday, so go check that shit out. Man, I'm a fan of soda. So fucking much. I like to call it the 3 cups with the soda because that's its fucking name. Since it is
I will shit fury till you fucking get it. You understand? You messed with the wrong person. I will shit on you. Do you know I have nothing to lose? I have nothing to lose. And I have all the money in the world. I can get you fucking killed. I will shit fury till you fucking get it. You understand?
Kill yourself today. Kill yourself.
Holy shit, that fucking sucked. Like, man, I'm such a retard. Like, I don't chug water because water's for retards.
That I'm a retard or something? You guys.
Because I'm not a retard. I am no retard.
You heard the man.
And I don't do eating challenges either because eating challenges are for retards. Like Nick Cotto, Avocado, and Matt Stoney.
The little cup never gives a satisfying chug.
Oh,
The mouth of it's not wide enough.
fuck me. Man. I'm no skank. Like, my actual uncle's girlfriend, she's a skank. Like, what is skank? She fucking is. A fucking whore and a fucking cunt and a fucking twat.
What did she do?
And she's a fucking skank. She's a Like, my actual uncle's girlfriend, she's a skank. Like, what is skank? She fucking is. A fucking whore and a fucking cunt and a fucking twat. And
I gotta clip that. I'm gonna edit it down later.
Like, my actual uncle's girlfriend, she's a skank. Like, what is skank? She fucking is. A fucking whore and a fucking cunt and a fucking twat. And she's a fucking skank.
That was good.
Peace out, bitch.
All right. Back to the doctor emails.
I think in the long run, they'll thank me when they make the movie. But it will be chaos for a while. LOL. Poker face. Poker face. And this is Dr. Garrett's reply on March 30th, 2019. Andrew, I understand that you prefer to daydream that a dramatic viral video will hand you fame, so you can avoid the very hard work of overcoming your social anxiety. But unfortunately, this illusory point of view does not advance your cause in the real world. And as in the recent hurt your mother experienced over your secret videotaping of her, it pains people who love and support you. I expect to have a family meeting next week and the week after to review your screenplay with you. An effort grounded in the real world rather than magical discovery. Dr. G. Dr. Garrett sent me an email on February 2nd, 2021. Here are some quotes from Joanne Greenberg trying to let go of her magic world. And I sent in reply on February 2nd, 2021. Great quotes. The fantasy land I created was to protect me from trauma and sad reality. Psychopharmacologists think it needs to be medicated. The truth is, I can give up the daydream world with effort. It doesn't have to be medicated. Maybe someday I can come down on or eliminate medication. My fantasy land isn't entirely delusional. Thinking celebrities and major motion picture companies know me? That is. But self-expression is fun, and I'm a talented artist. That's reality. Social media can make you delusional about the number of people you're truly reaching. That's the daydream. I think the artistic expression on social...
I don't know what's going on with Savannah. I had to take a break because I couldn't keep listening to the goddamn dog whining in the back. And she's not actually very far along pregnant. Those videos we were watching were only a couple days ago. She's only been at her mom's house for like 3 days, so I don't think she would even know if Richard or Josh were the father yet.
Social media is my ticket to superstardom. Give up the pipe dream and get a job in the real world. At the Psychosocial Clubhouse, for example. It's not as glamorous as Hollywood superstardom, but that delusion is what's robbing me of my life.
What I want to be happening is I want neither of them to be the father, and I want the ex-husband to be the father, so all of this happened for nothing.
I'm going to read to you an email that I sent to Dr. Garrett and Dr. Coplin on June 23rd, 2018. It's called Sexual Conversations. Would you be worried?
Oh, this one.
Since I didn't have a sex life, a social life,
sent pictures. And Frank.
I'm going to read to you an email that I wrote to Dr. Garrett on May 24th, 2024. Although, when my mother called me Anne, short for Andrew, she was really calling me Anne Frank, wasn't she? Although I'm aware what I lived through pales in comparison to the Holocaust, however, it's not predicate logic and ideas of reference. She knew exactly what she was saying. She was making an Anne Frank joke about the suffering I was living through.
She sure was.
Even if my mom was calling me Anne Frank, the name of Otto Greenberg, Green Bunny, comes from Otto Warmbier. So don't think too much about it. It's an insensitive joke, assuming it's not delusional, but it doesn't mean I lived through the Holocaust and she's Adolf Hitler. Let's call a spade a spade. Was the HIV scare and pharmacological abuse premeditated, and was it because of intergender pro wrestling 20 to 25 years ago? Were they sabotaging me, but creating a facade that
Because of intergender pro wrestling 25 years ago.
they were helping? Was I like Owen Hart, or am I having an emotional tsunami and everyone had good intentions? And Dr. Garrett said on May 24th, 2024, Andrew, the session we had on Thursday seems to have made little lasting impression on you. The one hand, and on the other hand, the emails continue. You continue to shift back and forth between reality and daydream, almost like you are flipping a toggle switch on and off, on and off, on and off, hour by hour, day by day, year after year. Why is it so frightening to stay grounded in the ordinary world where other people live? Dr. G. I said to Dr. Garrett,
One answer is that real life is boring. And sometimes leading a boring life is far scarier than believing some grandiose conspiracy is happening around you.
on May 24th, 2024. Interestingly enough, I was writing this email while I was socially engaging with a woman. For example, we were watching a stand-up comedy performance when a comedian said something unrelated to me. It triggered ideas of reference delusions. I had an emotional tsunami and had to send an email. Even when around a woman, I want to be in my social media fantasy world. Maybe I should leave my phone at home or in the car when I'm in public.
That's a good idea.
I'm going to read to you some emails that I sent to Dr. Garrett. The first one is called Date Anxiety Medication. I sent it on August 26, 2018. I said, I'm usually reluctant to take my as-needed prescription anxiety medication because I'm on a mega regimen of other meds too. But this date is making me so nervous. I will be taking it today. The date's at noon. Wish me luck. Hopefully she's nice and doesn't brutally reject me. Dr. Copland said on August 26, 2018, good luck, Andrew. And Dr. Garrett said on August 26, 2018, let me know how it goes. If it does not go as you had hoped, you can learn from it. We can discuss in our next session either way. I said on August 26, 2018, our first date went very well. Thanks for asking. We planned a second date Tuesday to go bowling. Strangely enough, she lives right around the block from me. She's within walking distance. Needless to say, this is a real-world activity. And Dr. Garrett said on August 26, 2018, yes, this is a real-world activity. The next one I wrote on August 26, 2018, it's called Deleted YouTube. I deleted my YouTube and no one even reacted. I'm not sure the response I was expecting, certainly not balloons and confetti, but I had over 2,000 videos and invested so much time. The least someone could have said was good for you. Sadly, no one cared about the big decision. I said on October 27, 2018, yesterday I went on a date and the date was successful. I have a second date on Tuesday. I decided it would be smart to clean up my social media presence, so I deleted nearly everything, including my YouTube. I had over 2,000 videos and I invested years into it. Was deleting my YouTube channel a mistake? I feel like I could have gotten positive recognition from it. How will people discover me now? There were some really awesome videos on the channel, and there were some really crazy ones too. If I want to move forward with an ordinary life, employment, relationships, it doesn't look professional. I was sad to delete them all, but I felt it was necessary at this time. I have everything, videos, pictures, etc., backed up on my computer and on external hard drives. None on the internet at the moment. Someday I'd like to upload them again, but it will take forever to do so. And Dr. Garrett said on August 27, 2018, Andrew, painful as it may have been to delete your YouTube postings, it's a step towards living in the real world, which is where you need to be. Dr. G. And the next one is called Should I Cancel the Second Date? I sent it on August 28, 2018. Today I have a second date with the woman from Match. We're supposed to go bowling. Obviously that's a healthy real-world activity, but I'm not feeling 100%. Canceling on a second date looks bad. Should I cancel? I need to know as soon as possible since the date is at 7:30. My mom said canceling the date is depression and anxiety and just go. I do agree, but I don't think that's entirely it. I also think I'm sick and I will be distracted the whole time. Here's the text I'd send. If possible, can we reschedule? I really want to see you, but I'm not feeling well. I'd like to see you as soon as possible. And Dr. Copland said on August 28, 2018, give it a try. Dr. Garrett said the following day on August 29, 2018, Andrew, I am just seeing this email now. Unless you are physically too sick to go, I would encourage you to have the second date. The real world is anxiety-provoking, but it's the only road to real independence. The fantasy world is not anxiety-provoking in the same way because you can make up any happy ending you wish.
I just found a nice little crate. Hold on. Let me turn this shit off.
With Mike today and with Paulie Dangerously. And today on Power and Mike, we have, a good show, here today on Power and Mike. Yesterday on Collision or Hit, we saw Roxanne Perez keep the women world heavyweight winning by beating Dakota Kai yesterday on Collision or Hit. You can go back and watch that one if you want to. Well, you got that right, Jonathan. We did see that happen yesterday on Collision or Hit. Here today on Power Mike, we have another show that we're going to do. We don't know what it's going to be about, but we know that we're going to do it. I can tell you one thing right now, Paulie Dangerously says, it's getting cloudy. And as soon as you shift on the light, you want to shift the light back off again. But I'd like to know what kind of maps we're going to be doing, here today.
All right, we got a couple of Jesuses. We got a Virgin Mary. We got a couple of the, what is that, Sailor Moon people with the dude in there, the top hat. Quite a few dolls. I'm not sure if those are Korean or Japanese or what. The Jasmine sheets are nice. I dig that.
On Power of Mike, what's going to be happening? What's going to be happening with that? And now we got Chris Jericho coming to the ring now, and Chris Jericho's got something to say. First off, I think that I'm getting even with Braun Strowman. See, I make him think that I don't know what I'm doing. But the truth is, I do. I do know what I'm doing, and I do have a goal in mind of how to beat Braun Strowman. Make him think that I don't know what I'm doing. Make him think that I don't have a game goal. But the truth is, I do gotta get. Game goal. Well, here comes Braun Strowman coming to the ring now. Oh, so that's it, Chris Jericho. You want me to think, so your whole thing's about play mind games with me. You know, make me think that, if you don't know what you're doing. And then, just what, you cheap shot me? Yeah, you threaten me from behind or something? You do something that I'm not going to see coming? Is that it? Is that your goal? Because if that is your goal, it's not going to work out. Well, that's what I hate. Well, I hate to break it up to you, but I do have a game goal. I do know someone who is going to help me beat you up. Like I say, I do have a learning tree. And guess who wants to be one of my learners? Oh, let me guess, it's Austin Theory.
Oh,
That's right,
shit.
Austin Theory goes. That's right, Braun Strowman. I'm going to be one of Chris Jericho's underlings. No, I mean learners, or whatever you want to call it. But you see, at the end of the day, it's not going to care. You know, at the end of the day, it's not, you know, at the end of the day, no, yeah. You see, at the end of the day, no one's going to care. See, at the end of the day, no one's going to care, you know, about, you know, not going to care.
Oh, Troy just got back from a walk. He's gonna be very concerned about what I'm watching.
Us two jumping you, striking you. Is that right? Oh, well, down goes Austin Theory. Chris Jericho just did a hidden breaker on Braun Strowman. Come on, get him. And Austin Theory now, Jonathan Coachman says to the Ace downtown to Braun Strowman. And he somehow did that out of luck. And now Chris Jericho, I know this is the Jax, this is the Mattel Chris Jericho doll, not the Jax, this is the WWE Mattel Chris Jericho doll, and not the AEW Jax doll. But whatever way, somehow Chris Jericho and Austin Theory got the upper hand on Braun Strowman. I don't think that's going to last. If Braun Strowman gets up, they're going to be in a bind, Jonathan Coachman says. I do not know how they pulled it off, Mike today said. But if I know Chris Jericho and I know Austin Theory, they most likely came up with a game goal that they believe was going to work. But you see what I mean? See what I'm talking about? Paulie Dangerously says, you know, some folks out there seem to think that they know everything, or they think they know what everyone's going to do, or they think they have everything rolled out, and then it shifts out that they don't know everything, or they don't have everything, you know, gold out. And it goes to show you that's how Chris Jericho and Austin Theory got the upper hand on him. Oh, so
15 amen.
Chris Jericho, you both think that you pulled one on me. They'll never tell you Braun Strowman you didn't pull shit on me. I'm gonna get you back.
I really hope this guy hasn't done anything, because this is low-key kind of wholesome right now.
Well, what I want you to do is, I need you to go do the match for me. Don't worry, I'll have your back. All right. Oh. Yeah, too bad. Braun Strowman. Oh no. It might be some kind of setup, Jonathan Coachman says. No way Austin Theory's going to be wrestling Braun Strowman by himself. And now Braun Strowman coming after Austin Theory, who thought that he was going to the A downtown on him again, but luck wasn't on his side this time. Jonathan Coachman said, no, very rarely is luck on anyone's side if they're fighting Braun Strowman, Mike today says. Unless you're big or strong as Braun Strowman is, then you might get lucky. And Braun Strowman just taking it all out on Austin Theory, Mike, today says, I don't mean to, rain anyone's rock or anything, Jonathan or Mike, but I think Braun Strowman might just be falling into another stunt or lark. And Austin, that's what I believe, Paulie Dangerson says. You gotta believe Chris Jericho's got something in mind. You gotta believe that Chris Jericho's got some game goal that's unknown to Braun Strowman. Well, here comes Chris Jericho again, and Braun Strowman knocked Chris Jericho down, and Austin Theory really thought he was going to Well, if that was the game goal, then Paulie Dangerson said that didn't go very well at all. No, Chris Jericho didn't have a good game goal. If that's what it was, Jonathan Coachman said Austin Theory's going to lose. I might slam by Braun Strowman on Austin Theory. Well, Mike today says no, it's just last to reckon the 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Singing, here is your winner, Braun Strowman. And now that means that Chris Jericho and Austin Theory,
What the fuck is this
or
guy?
what one would call the learning tree, what did they learn? Jonathan Coachman says, you gotta put more thought into your game goals like that. Is what Chris Jericho and Austin Theory had to learn here today, Jonathan Coachman says. Well, I can tell you.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to TWF Friday Night SmackDown. I'm Michael Cole with Renee Young and with Corey Graves. And today on Friday Night SmackDown, we have Santa Claus, Father Yule, Grandfather Cold in the ring now. Ho, ho, ho. Happy Yule. It is I, Santa Claus, also known as Father Yule or Grandfather Cold to others. And I know that it's not really Yule time yet. I know we still have a whole another week to go before we get there. But I want to let everyone know the grounds to why we do Yule. Why we Christendom folk do Yule. We are onlooking the birth of Jesus, Son of God. God so loved the world and so forgave the world of its many sins and misdeeds. He gave us his only,
15,
gave us the
amen.
greatest gift he could give us. Besides life and hope and love and forgiveness, he gave us his son, Jesus, who yielded his life to atone for the sins of all mankind and all womankind, so those sins could be cleaned away, so we could get our stead in heaven through God and through Jesus. And since God loved us so much and Jesus loved us so much, they both forgave us for those wrongs, those sins, those misdeeds. A lot of folks will ask me and say, well, why do you do what you do then, Grandfather Cold or Father Yule? Why do you give out gifts on Yule coming and Yule Day? I give gifts in my way to give, the same way that Jesus gave. When I show love and kindness is the same way that Jesus showed love and kindness. So in my way, I am showing love and honor to Jesus by doing that.
Fucking
To
Hellcat.
make folks happy for Yule. You know, to show folks the love and the kindness that Jesus showed folks. To give the same way Jesus gave. Even though at the end of the day, Jesus did a lot more things than I could ever do. Jesus, he brought the dead back to life. He healed the
15,
sick,
amen.
the wounded, and the handicapped.
15,
He
amen.
atoned for sin through yielding his own life. He cleaned away our sins. Jesus did a lot more things than I ever did. And that's why I always show my love and onlook and worship to him by doing what I do on Yule to bring that happiness, that love, that kindness that Jesus gave to everyone. And I give the gifts. I give freely of myself the same way
Thank you.
Jesus gave freely to those he knew. So that's why I do what I do.
Let's get on with
Shit,
it, Santa. I'm trying to see the fight.
I came given 4-7 winnings away from me. Wow, Xyolita, it was like a month ago, and you want it back from me.
I'm missing plot points.
Had to be going to. And shit, I'm going to have to be going now. And again, can't. Oh, Father Yule. You know what? I can't even stand in the ring still. And I'm going to tell you right now that I still yielding. And I still haven't forgiven you for winning my TWF 24/7 winnings away from me. Well, Xia, that was like a month ago, and you want it back from me. Do you want to have a match with me for the TWF 24/7 winnings? It's going to be so cool. Well, Xia, I'm not a wrestler. I'm not a fighter. Bullshit.
Bullshit.
I'll tell you it's bullshit because you did win the TWF. You won the WWE 24/7 winnings and 2009 between FYL. And you won the TWF 24/7 winnings. So don't tell me you're not a wrestler, that you're not a fighter. Well, here comes John. Well, here he comes now, coming into the ring now. All right, Xia, that's enough from you. Father Yule, Grandfather Cold, is not a wrestler. You'll not be fighting him or wrestling him for the TWF 24/7 winnings. However, you will be wrestling and fighting Ethan Grinch instead. So, there. Well, thank you, John Bradshaw Latefield, for getting me out of that bind. I got to be going now, but I want to wish everyone a happy Yule, and I can't forget to wish everyone a happy gathering of lights and a happy gathering of followers.
I thought he was going to say happy gathering of the Juggalos.
And as you see, Dwayne puts Father Yule away, Grandfather Cold away. And now we got
How many
Glenn
Jesus
Grinch in the
statues
ring
has he
now.
got?
We need that fight lord in the ring now. Stat. Whatever the English word for that would be. I guess I mean quick. Yeah. This is for the TWF 24/7 winnings. First, he is Glenn Grinch. And she is the shit. Get up. And she is the TWF 24/7 fighter from the Folkreich of Eastland, Xia Li. First off, we do know that Glenn Grinch is coming up now, and he doesn't have a hard time standing up in the ring, Michael Cole says. You would think he would. As long as someone doesn't hit that bind and starts playing the song, he won't have a hard time being in the ring. Well, Renee Young says, oh,
shit.
And Xia Li, now he's had a hard time standing up in the ring now. And now Xia Li just knocked down Ethan Grinch with one fist, with one strike.
Chance.
Michael Cole says, that's right. Renee Young says, Glenn Grinch is out. Xia Li has beaten Ethan Grinch. Well, I'll tell you one thing right now. What did Ethan Grinch do to get Xia Li to beat him up? I mean, he's not a wrestler. He's not a fighter. But no, he still has to wrestle and fight Xia Li. That's unfair. Well, Michael Cole says if Ethan Grinch didn't want to be in the ring, he would have said something. He did not.
Do you know about this fucking guy, Andrew Kolowski? I've been watching some of the videos of him sending emails to his doctor.
Try to stay in the real world.
What I was watching was a little palate cleanser because this guy's a little intense.
Will step out to meet reality and build your independence now, or reality will come to find you eventually as your mother's ability to support you declines, as it inevitably will someday. Dr. G. The next one is important. Tomorrow's email. Stop abusing the dog. I said on September 3rd, 2018, hello, Dr. Garrett. Do we have an appointment tomorrow, September 4th, 2018 at 12 p.m.? Unrelated tweet. I know people who treat kind animals cruelly, like a happy golden doodle. I think to myself, please kiss the dog and pet the dog. Stop abusing the dog. She's such a nice dog,
abusing
too.
the dog.
To be that miserable you abuse a golden doodle, it's absurd. And Dr. Garrett said on September 3rd, 2018, see you tomorrow at 12 noon. And the last one is called God. My email, September 18th, 2018. I was thinking I'm special and different. Then I noticed I was on train car 666, the devil's number. Maybe Satan was putting those grandiose thoughts in my head. In God's eyes, no one is better than anyone else. We're all mortal. I need to attend church again. God is what it is. And Dr. Garrett said on September 18, 2018, there is a train car 646 and a car 656 and a car 666 and so on. You being in the car 666 is the luck of the draw, not a message from God. It is an idea of reference.
Burger King foot lettuce.
I sent to Dr. Garrett on August 8th, 2018, an email titled Older Men. I went on Match.com to meet a woman, but none are replying to me. So I keep changing what I'm looking for.
I was talking to Troy about this while I was on my little lunch break. Him being so insecure about other people thinking he's gay, and then also saying, I only have sex with women, but I only ever fantasize about men, probably means that he's gay.
Or to men ages 30 to 70. I've given wealthy older men in their 50s, 60s, and even 70s my name, cell phone number, and even had adult conversations with some and shared pictures. I was invited for fancy dinners, then to go back to their Manhattan apartment for fun. It really excites me thinking they're the same age as my parents, have significantly more money, and probably have children my age. But I could easily get hurt. One of the men even said I seem very innocent. After the excitement is over, I stop replying. Then later on, I reply again. I do this again and again and again. Ultimately, I'd like to be in a relationship with a woman my age. I'd like to meet someone in the real world. Am I seeking an older man because women aren't replying? Or do I like older men? What do you think I should do? Obviously, my mom wouldn't allow me to date an older man. Is this sex addiction? I can't stop. And Dr. Garrett said on August 8th, 2018, Andrew, there's a puzzle here. On one hand, periodically, you believe that adult members of your family have used you for sex. On the other hand, on Match.com, you are playing at inviting older men to use you for sex. There can be no other meaning to coming over my apartment for a little fun. Any thoughts about this contradiction? Dr. G. And I said on August 8th, 2018, often I get the delusion that I was sexually abused by my father, but I wasn't. I'm probably repressing homosexuality. I probably like older men because I have no father figure in my life. I also want to be used for sex because I was degraded and severely bullied as a child. I deny my thoughts and project my fantasies onto my parents. But I believe I like women too. Am I gay or simply bisexual? The next one is called Drawings. It's August 10th, 2018. I said, here are some drawings I made. If you'd like to see more, let me know. Dr. Garrett said on August 13th, 2018, when did you draw these? And I said on August 13th, 2018, I created them last week and this week. It's meant to look like an elementary school kid drew them. That's the joke. It's supposed to be absurd, LOL. Here's me showing them to my father. And I attached some more. I'm strongly considering going to the Fountain House today for Media Day, but may not due to the rain. See you tomorrow. The next email is called Date, August 15th, 2018 at 8:08 a.m. I said, as you know, I texted that woman from the Fountain House yesterday. She replied, and I'm going to see her today in New York City, independently of the Fountain House. It might be a date, so that's exciting, but she wants to talk about serious topics, so it might not be. The next is my follow-up email on August 15th, 2018. My date couldn't have gone worse, LOL. I received the woman's cell phone number about a month ago. She gave it to a bunch of people, and she probably forgot she gave it to me. There is an Andrew who is a staff worker. She's more familiar with him, but I forgot he worked there. I texted her, it's Andrew. I never called her. We were set to meet in Manhattan. I took an hour train ride. I got to Starbucks, and she says, oh, I thought you were the other Andrew, LOL. She didn't even realize my name was Andrew. We briefly chatted, then we went our separate ways. She wasn't mean, I just wasn't who she was expecting. However, I was unfazed, and it's now a funny story. And my girlfriend could cheat on me, and I'd be like, I didn't like her anyway. And this is Dr. Garrett's reply on August 15, 2018. This is a funny story. Good practice for you, though. If you could text a real girl once, you can do it again. The next one is called Up in Smoke, August 19th, 2018.
Hello.
I had an ex-girlfriend. I hadn't spoken to her in years, and it was clear she was in a new relationship. But I thought the relationship was an illusion. I wanted to believe my ex-girlfriend was coming back into my life when the time was right. Then my delusion went up in smoke. They're posting photographs from their wedding, talking about their honeymoon in Jamaica. Even after overwhelming evidence, I still want to believe it was a fake wedding, even though that makes no sense. I'm sad about the wasted time. However, she built a relationship, got married, while I lost years. Dr. Garrett said on August 19th, 2018, I hope your sadness over this event will redouble your effort to find pleasure and pride in events in the real world with real people. I said on August 19th, 2018, my ex-girlfriend got married and I'm seeing all the wedding pictures and I'm so sad. I wasted so much time, but you're right. I need to find people in the real world. I said on August 20th, 2018, sometimes you don't appreciate someone when you have them. You want other people and things. Then when you don't have them anymore, you want them again, LOL. The next one is called Date Anxiety Medication. Date Anxiety Medication. I sent it on August 26th, 2018. I said, I'm usually reluctant to take my as-needed prescription anxiety medicine because I'm on a mega regimen. Oh. I guess I'm going to read to you an email that I sent to Dr. Garrett on February 9th, 2017. I'm going to censor it a little bit because it's very vulgar. I don't know if it would violate YouTube or social media's terms of service. So certain words I'm going to take out. If anything, I'm watering it down to make it sound less bad. So I said to Dr. Garrett on February 9th, 2017, I can't wait for our next appointment and to send my next email. I want to tell my story now, but I need to learn patience because over-messaging someone can be very harmful, and most people feel overwhelmed and don't even read it when you do. But when you're stuck in this prison every day and someone listens to you, well, I want to scream it out. It's hard, but I need to wait for the appropriate times to tell my story. One step at a time, we'll get there. The first part, moving forward. Why am I not moving forward? That's the question. Is there a reason? Some say that maybe I don't want to work. Maybe I'm lazy.
More
perhaps,
things are leading me to believe.
But I also feel like I'm protesting an injustice. Like, why should I have to work after all I suffer?
Don't make fun of his sweat.
There are many people my age who are making six figures and more. Why should I work as a fish man at Stop and Shop? That's so degrading to me. I feel like I should have a good job and now.
Have you heard him speak
I'm
yet?
obsessed with protesting this
Oh my
injustice.
God, I'm gonna have to mute
and I'm
myself
only
here.
hurting
Hold on.
myself because the people who hurt me don't care. No one is going to spoon feed me an excellent future, but I beg you to. Changing gears, the dog lick. You're probably aware that recently I've been getting the I was sexually abused as a child delusions. But the sexual trauma may be the dog lick. When I was in high school, year 2002, something with salad dressing and a dog lick, our late golden retriever. I really regret it. In fact, I regret it so much that I felt like it was the worst decision of my life. It was so traumatic. I felt such guilt over it. I remember feeling like the best part of my day was sleep, and I felt like being awake was torture. It felt like the dog guilt was all I could think about. I felt unclean, corrupted, impure, damaged. I was so ashamed of who I was. I felt I was inferior to other people. I remember wishing I was like the other kids. I remember wishing things could go back to the way they were before the dog lick. I remember praying to God like every night, please help me forget the dog sin. I even went to confession and told the priest about it, since it ate me up so much and I didn't want to go to hell. It was very hard for me to do, and he was the only one I told for years, until I entered college. At one time, the dog lick might have been the hardest thing for me to talk about. I remember it felt like I was carrying a big weight on my shoulders. I felt like I couldn't tell anyone and it was eating me up inside. Thankfully, I was finally able to express it in an email, text message.
It's like simultaneously.
From there, it became easier and easier to say.
Like a public
Although it happened nearly a decade and a half ago, 2002, I still feel the trauma from it.
Yeah.
Changing gears. Sex for the first time. I was a virgin until I was 24 years old, and I was so ashamed and frustrated about it. I remember in college thinking the whole world was having sex except for me. I was too scared to talk to women, but I really wanted sex and thought it was what I needed. Because I thought sex for the first time would transform me, I thought it would calm me down and make me a different person. I thought it would make me an adult. In my head, I built sex up to be this grandiose, life-changing type moment. It wasn't. Again, the first time I had sex, I was 24 years old. It was in 2002 after my psychiatric hospitalization. After explaining to her I was
he just said the first time he had sex was when he was 24 years old.
Oh my lord.
Virgin, I got sexual dysfunction. I couldn't perform, probably due to the psychiatric medicine I was on. It was so embarrassing. I told my psychiatrist at the recovery group about my sexual problems, and he basically ignored them. He said something like, human sexuality is a complex thing. And he told me to go to my primary for Cialis, which I did, and with a little assistance, I had sex. It was a long road getting to that point. Although I did enjoy it, I was also a little disappointed because sex couldn't live up to the...
What if he gets diagnosed with ED because he doesn't know he's gay and he just thought he needed Cialis this whole time?
...hype I created in my head. And afterward, I was pretty much exactly the same. I now see it's not that big of a deal. Fast forward to present day. Although I'd like to have sex, I'm not fixated on it. If I'm not having it, I'm not obsessed like I was. Back then, I felt I needed sex. I learned sex is very overrated, and I even take pride in the fact that I was a 24-year-old virgin. The new sexual shame is poor sexual function from the psychiatric medicine. It's humiliating. And Dr. Garrett said on February 9th, 2017, Andrew, as we discussed, I expect to read notes of this length you have sent me last week and this one. I look forward to receiving them. There is much to talk about in process. I think you put it succinctly. You feel a strong internal pressure to protest an injustice. This pressure cannot simply be silenced. We must examine it, see where it draws its persistent energy, The pressure surely rises in significant part from the bullying. We will also talk about the dog story. Easy for me to say, and I say this hoping it can be of some comfort to you, but there is no crime against dogs or humanity here. But you were deeply affected by that experience, and we will go into that also rather than brush it aside. Dr. G.
Gay 63-year-old.
I'm going to read to you an email that I sent Dr. Garrett on June 12, 2017. I decided to go on OkCupid, which is a free dating website. Although I've never been with a man, let alone an older one, I put I was a bisexual male. Bear in mind I'm 29 years old. I began chatting with a gay 63-year-old man who was seeking men 22 to 45. 63 is older than both my parents, but he claimed to be rich and lives in Manhattan, New York. He said people with incomplete profiles like mine tend to vanish the next day, but you're very cute, so I'll take my chances. Apparently, he's very important, super rich. I don't want to go into detail. I don't want to get sued for the zero money I have, but he said he would help me find a media job in the city. Apparently, it was destiny we began chatting, probably because I'm cute and it was Gay Pride Day. Ha ha. He told
No, he was like, I'm gonna get you a little job so you come put that booty on me.
me some fucked up story about shopping in the mall at Christmas time and seeing Bill Murray. I brought to his attention he was rushing things. He said he didn't want to get married this afternoon. It's just from your pics and talking to you, I think we had a good chance at making something interesting happen. He said it would be nice to have a human to just relax with after a long day. Relax and cuddling while watching TV would be a nice thing. I'd even watch WWE if you were next to me. I mentioned meeting him at the Sunrise Mall, then I disappeared, deactivated my account. I tried making a new account and messaging him again, but he didn't reply, so I deactivated that account too. I think I'm more into women my age, but something about an older man really excites me. I fantasize about him taking advantage of me, humiliating me, degrading me. What do you think? Should I go to Sex Addicts Anonymous?
This is the straightest man I have ever listened to in my entire life.
And Dr. Garrett said on June 12th, 2017, Andrew, sexual fantasies are healthy, but it takes some social skill to act them out safely in the real world with real people. Dr. G.
Doctor said, get at it, boy.
Things and people change, and I'm going to give you a perfect example of this. In August of 2018, when I first started drawing, I sent Dr. Garrett some of my drawings. I said, here are some of my drawings I made. If you'd like to see more, let me know. And obviously, those drawings were very childlike and terrible. And Dr. Garrett asked me, when did you draw these? I asked him, why? Do you like them? I created them last week and this week. It's meant to look like an elementary school kid drew them. That's the joke. It's supposed to be absurd. LOL. Now, on that note, it's now February of 2025. It's several years later. I don't know if that's, what's 2025 minus 2018? 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8.
That confused
so 7
me
years
because you
later,
told the story another time.
I used to be a math major. That's the joke. I can't even do basic mathematics, but I digress. And, I do an art class twice a week. I draw, I've practiced, I've honed my craft. I'm getting very serious about my artwork. I take it very seriously in February 2025. Some people say, Andrew, your artwork still sucks. It's not even mediocre. It still looks like an elementary school kid drew them. All right, fair enough. If you think my artwork sucks and you don't think that's my ticket to success, that's your opinion, and you're entitled to your opinion. However, also, I'm taking it a lot more seriously than I did in August of 2018. I just picked a pack of crayons from a store and I started drawing. Now I'm actually spending time or more time. I've honed my craft. I've gotten better. I've gotten more talented. Practice makes perfect. Some people think the performance art, the acting, the comedy, that's more of my ticket to success if I had a ticket at all. But, I've practiced and progressed as an artist and a drawer. So, what was true in August of 2018 isn't true in February 2025. It's not absurd. It's not a joke. I'm taking my artwork very seriously. From my perspective, here is what I know about iBoss, the nefarious cyberbully. In 2017-2018, I was very lonely. I had been solitary for years, living in a daydream world with no friends, girlfriends, money, or independence. I posted adult spicy content on Reddit, and this and my YouTube attracted iBoss. iBoss pretended to be my dream woman. I was imagining it was a pop superstar or an ex-girlfriend or an acquaintance from college or a radio shock jock or a pro wrestler. Dr. Garrett said on September 19, 2017, daydreaming fantasy is inevitable, but when you wish daydreams into reality and actually meet someone on that basis, it exposes you to potentially predatory people. Better to stick with more ordinary points of contact, like meeting someone at Fountain House who is known to the community. People on the internet can lead stealth lives. They need not expose themselves to a real community and therefore are never vetted by a community. My psychiatrist claimed he was probably some homosexual who was attracted to me. Then he got angry he was attracted to me. He liked me but also blamed his homosexuality on me. He didn't want to be gay. It was a love-hate relationship.
That sounds like
I was silly with iBoss. We shared many laughs. The whole thing was ridiculous, like a shock jock prank. I was viewing it as a sensationalistic, absurd comedy. Thought he was an undercover boss and I'd be rich and famous. But apparently it wasn't. I was naive, gullible, and too trusting. iBoss had nefarious intent. I wasn't grasping the severity of what was happening. I was treating it like one big joke. But iBoss was a sexual predator and a self-proclaimed psychopath. Although I didn't do anything wrong, he made the Secret Service come to my house in October 2017. He saw someone vulnerable, was two-faced. He didn't want to help me be a movie star, he wanted to hurt me. Then after the Secret Service came, I considered stopping creating social media content for good, but after a week or so, I resumed. A few months later, in late 2017, iBoss returned under a new name, the Spicy Boy Buddy Meme. He denied he was iBoss, but I was willfully blind because down deep I knew it was the same person. For some reason, I felt like I could trust iBoss, though he hurt me once before. Dr. Garrett said on February 15, 2018, you were on the right path. This person...
So I'm looking through this dude's community post right now, and he posted some of those drawings that he did as an adult to show to his therapist. A good rule of thumb is to determine who the bully is. They usually travel in packs. If everyone is ganging up on one person, typically one individual is the person getting bullied. Should be self-explanatory why everyone is ganging up on, conspiring, humiliating, and degrading. The person being singled out is the victim. I believe I was being gang stalked and cyberbullied. He did this as an adult to show his therapist a point. I have no idea.
Person is a naive cheerleader with expletives. Except for trashing the Fountain House and this writer failing to understand the most basic things about you as a person, when you tone down the grandstanding hyperbole, This note is telling you something you already know, that you must build towards independence now. Nothing new here. Stay the course. Soon Fountain House will become the routine, and then the next steps after that. Then in May of 2018, he made Secret Service come to my house yet again. Since 2018, iBoss has been missing. I wonder, who is he? The Secret Service did not tell me. When I talked to him, he had an English accent, was male, and was active during European time zone. Is, though I have my suspicions. Could it have been my mother, father, family? Could it have been my ex-girlfriend from 2019 to 2021? No one has confirmed anything, assuming they're withholding information. I wonder if the HIV scare in January 2020 had something to do with iBoss, or the Fountain House, or Dr. Garrett, or my spicy content, or the website Seeking Arrangement. Was there a metaphorical rapist? A monster behind a mask? Or was it an accident? Or is iBoss not in the shadows here? Don't let my symptomatic suspicions become real and get a sense of certainty. Don't say what I suspect is facts. No one has confirmed there's a hidden reality.
Because there's not a hidden reality, my guy.
I'm going to read to you some iBoss emails. And, he was a sexual sadist and a sexual predator who was hurting me. So the first is my email on February 15, 2018.
Pause, because I want to listen to that. So, I need something, so it's not just me talking, so you can look at this. We got Fugitive. Lots of colors here. Lots of sad faces. Got the man-child on a horse. Real good. I like this one. Close-up of the man-child. Very nice use of textures. Sleepy. Classic. Z's for days. We got the Frog Man? Pepe, no, alien creature. I was gonna say Pepe Le Frog, because of this little mole here. Colors man-child. He does very convincingly make children's drawings. Not sure what he's so sorry about. He's sorry though. This one's got a lot to it. Am I the problem? Am I Matt? Am I the Fiend? Am I two-faced? I disagree. This fucking guy. Singing more metal music. Game winner. To make a hard t-shirt.
I said, I was chatting with this guy I was telling you about, and he said, the Fountain House isn't an income. The Fountain House is not a step towards independence. The Fountain House is Neverland. Fountain House is enjoyable and comfortable. It's special adult daycare. Andrew, my point this morning was that you're about 37% of the way through your life. You got like 2/3 left, if that, and you're still in the nest. Fly the nest, Andrew. Do something with your life. For fuck's sake. If your life was compressed into one day, metaphorically, you haven't even gotten out of bed yet. No, it's going to be the most painful crash you've ever experienced because it should have happened 10 years ago. Yeah, the real world is tough, You'll get a job and do stuff over and over that you don't want to be doing, but when your mom is rotting in the ground, you won't have any other choice. So get to work now, because all you're doing is delaying the shock. Reality is getting really fucking angry at you, and the longer you avoid him, the angrier he gets.
That's some really sound advice, but I have a feeling he's not gonna take it.
Learn to help yourself. You can't just leech off your mom or me or your doctors for advice. Make some decisions. Make some realistic decisions. Needless to say, what he said really upset me. I'm afraid he has a point. Or am I on the right path? And this is Dr. Garrett's response on February 15, 2018. Andrew, you are on the right path. This person is a naive cheerleader with expletives. Except for trashing the Fountain House and this writer failing to understand the most basic things about you as a person, when you tone down the grandstanding hyperbole, this note is telling you something you already know, that you must build towards independence now. Nothing new here. Stay the course. Soon Fountain House will become the routine, and then the next steps after that. Are you thinking about your film? Dr. J. And I said on February 17, 2018, I've been chatting with this guy for months now. I've sent him a lot of dumb things. I was open, honest, trusted him. This guy revealed to me he's iBoss, the same guy that led to the Secret Service coming to the house. I can't stop chatting.
I want to know who these people trolling him are, because I want in on this. iBoss, hit me up.
Chatting with him. I'm lonely, and he's the only one my age I talk to throughout the day. He seems to care. He sent me a video implying he's metaphorically feeding me LSD, screaming nightmare to cure my retardation, just to mess with someone who's mentally ill. He also says how the sheep fears the wolf only to be slaughtered by the shepherd. Although metaphorically slaughtering me would cure my retardation, it's cruel. I could learn my lesson another way. I fear he is going to metaphorically slaughter me. I should stop talking to him, but I can't. And then I said on February 17, 2018, update. I blocked him on Facebook and will no longer have any communication with him. Hopefully he leaves me alone and doesn't metaphorically slaughter me. And this is Dr. Garrett's email on February 17, 2018. Keep him blocked. Develop real local friends. And I said on February 17, 2018, I will keep him blocked. I hope I haven't already made a huge mistake by talking to him. Regardless, halting all communication is all I can do now. The weekends are the hardest time for me. Tonight, my mom and stepdad are getting on my nerves, and my room is like a prison. I want to go somewhere. I asked friends, and it seems like they're all busy. I want to meet a friend, ideally a woman, and I want to take action, but I don't know where to go or what to do. A bar? A club? I don't want to sit in my room. A night of socialization would be nice, and doing it alone would be a huge step towards progress. But as you know, working on a film is my ultimate goal. The next one is an email called High School Love from March 30th, 2018. I said to iBoss, back to the Selena Gomez video. Did you have dumb high school and college love? I kind of feel I missed out on that. I was isolating myself, still am. It sucks. At least I had a few girlfriends. There are people who go their whole life single. iBoss said, you never had young, dumb love? You never heard the phrase, oh, to be young and in love? Andrew, are you serious? I said, yeah, I'm serious. iBoss said, the human brain is programmed when you're at that age to bond with the opposite sex. I said, I had bad anxiety, was isolated. iBoss said, it's literally the best feeling your brain can give you. I said, yep, I missed out. iBoss said, when you're young and your hormones are pumping and it's that special first time, I said, stop reminding me, haha. iBoss said, sorry, I just have nostalgia. I said, that's okay. I said, with the toxic home environment, the bullying, my mental illness, I basically went crazy instead. It's really sad. iBoss said, you only live once. I said, I know, rather than obsess about the past, I need to recover and have a better future. iBoss said, how would you feel if you had a delicious meal in front of you, a huge steaming plate of your favorite food? I said, I'd probably enjoy it. iBoss said, now imagine not letting yourself eat any of it and scrapping it into the bin. I said, I get the metaphor. Why did it happen, though? iBoss said, no one's fault, just life. God is cruel. I said, or maybe a perfect storm of bullying, mental illness, home environment, the dog's sin. iBoss said, pro quo nolos dos. I said, I'm still very angry about it, but I need to let it go. iBoss said, it's going to get worse before it gets better. Going out into the real world is going to be painful. Hang in there, man. And the next is another email from April 3rd, 2018. It's called, was not sexually abused. I said, I was not sexually abused. iBoss was just messing with my mind. He misled me into believing that. He told me my life is a lie. He was telling me my doctors only care about money. He was saying medication is making my condition worse. I should really stop talking to him. Last email for the day. In summary, I was not sexually abused. And Dr. Garrett said on April 3rd, 2018, Andrew, I understand that you have a complicated relationship with iBoss and that you're open to influence. After accusing your family of sexually abusing you and lying to you for your whole life, you return to the belief, which I think is the bedrock, that your mother loves you. Recall what we discussed today. Can you locate any remorse in your feelings for having falsely accused your mother? Finding remorse will help shape your psychological break to the abuse delusions running wild in your mind. Dr. G. Did anyone have nefarious intentions with the mega regimen of psychiatric medications that I took from late 2011 until November 2022? Was anyone trying to cause cancer, neurological damage? Did anyone have nefarious intentions?
Yes.
I was definitely over-medicated. Dr. Garrett said on May 16, 2017, I think when you start to imagine that the medication is doing something to your body that will kill you, you are in a way imagining the medication as kind of a pharmacological abuser that is doing something harmful to your body, the way a bully or an abuser might. About the medications causing cancer, Dr. Copland said on June 1st, 2017, I think it is the opposite. Ongoing mental instability is pro-inflammatory and is also disruptive to T-cell function. The meds have no known carcinogenic effect, but unstable mood disorders and concomitant, COMITANT, disruption of immunosurveillance is associated with increased spread of, for instance, breast cancer. See Spiegel UCSF.
I hope he's not
Meaning, if you don't take
cancer.
psychiatric medications, that's what causes cancer. So stop protesting for my parents to take accountability for the nefarious hidden realities, or even the realities that I know, even the realities that are not hidden, like the running, and come back with determination and make myself independent. Because when they stop providing, I'm gonna be screwed. Hypothetically speaking, even if my parents were trying to sabotage me, what will a confession do? It won't make me financially independent. All a confession will do is likely turn this home into a powder keg. And nobody wants this home to be a powder keg. So get a job anywhere, go to mental health groups, and love my parents. Leave the old folks alone and realize it's delusional. They tell me to get a job anywhere. Maybe a minimum wage job at a supermarket as a cashier, as a stock clerk, or as a barista. And don't think I'm too good for those jobs. Don't think I should be a pop star or a movie star or a millionaire or a billionaire.
Don't think
I see a
he's
lot of
good
these
for those
celebrities.
jobs.
I'm so much brighter. I should be a movie star. But realistically, I'm 37 years old. You know.
He's not a movie star.
Oh, it takes luck, it takes hard work, it takes good timing, and right now, basically, when my parents die, I'm going to be up Schitt's Creek without a paddle. When my parents die, I don't know how to function as an independent adult. So get a job making minimum wage, and don't say, oh, these people who are working these jobs, they're crackheads who work the seafood department. No, a lot of these people are 18-year-olds. They're people who are disabled. I mean, I don't think the best and brightest are working at the supermarket unless they're in management. But also, somebody says, Andrew, you're not the best and brightest.
There's a video I saw that I'm starting to wonder if this is a troll. This one is, I sent nude photographs to Dr. Garrett. This is in the emails.
So many years ago, I guess 2017, 2018, 2019, I sent spicy content to my psychiatrist, Dr. Garrett. I sent him to an adult website featuring me completely naked. And somebody asked, you sent your nude photographs to your psychiatrist? What did he say? What did he do? Did he tell your mother? What happened? Well, he told me in session to stop sending him content that sends him to pornographic websites, which I guess I stopped doing. And he said, don't send me to age-restricted, not safe for work websites. And, but I mean, a lot of our emails were adult in nature. A lot of our emails were, frankly, not safe for work. But, I literally sent him, and somebody says, how did he react? I mean, to be honest with you, he just told me to stop sending, spicy content to his email address. He told me don't send him to, pornographic websites anymore, which I stopped doing. And that's the story. I didn't go to the hospital. He didn't tell my mother. Somebody asked, did you send the same
this is real.
Spicy content?
This is real. Him thinking that he may end up going to the hospital for doing it means that this is real. This is not a troll. Oh, Lord. I wonder if, because the therapist was responding to him, he misread signals and thought it was chill to be like, hey, here's my nudes. Which is very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate, and it's nice that the doctor was able to be like, hey, don't do that anymore, instead of being like, hey, you're not my client anymore.
I think I did, but Dr. Coplin gets so many emails from me, and I guess a blessing and a curse of Dr. Coplin is he doesn't check his emails, so he probably didn't even see it, and if he did see it, he didn't acknowledge he saw it with me. He just said to me nothing, basically. Dr. Coplin, if he saw it, said nothing. But he might not have even seen it. He probably just doesn't check his emails, But Dr. Garrett definitely brought it up. Dr. Garrett said, yeah, I saw, you naked. And stop sending that to me. He didn't tell my mother. He didn't hospitalize me. But he saw adult photographs of me, and I sent it to him. I think part of the reason I know they say you can't love your psychiatrist. He was a doctor. We had a doctor-patient relationship.
I knew it. I fucking
Part of the
knew it.
reason I'll always appreciate Dr. Garrett is because at a time in my life when I had no friends, had no girlfriends, was in a solitary Joanne Greenberg land, you know, my parents weren't listening to me, my family wasn't in my life, I was basically in solitude. Therapy was like the best part of my week. Therapy is what I looked forward to, my hour sessions. And with Dr. Garrett, I felt listened to, empathized with, heard. I felt like my parents and everybody in my life was trying to turn me into a laughingstock, a buffoon. They were stripping me of my dignity. They misunderstood me as a person. But thanks to Dr. Garrett, he treated me like a human being. And he listened to me. He got to know me. He got to, and, you know, for that, I'll always appreciate it. For that, I'll always appreciate him. You know, for that, people were treating me without respect. They were caricaturizing me. And Dr. Garrett's like, how about we write a screenplay where you illustrate, what you're going through, and he listened to me, and he heard me, and he empathized with me, and he treated me like a human being. He treated me with empathy. He treated me with dignity. He treated me with respect.
He did what he's supposed to do as a doctor.
And everybody else was treating me like I was this buffoon. Everybody else was treating me like I wasn't even a human being. And since Dr. Garrett did treat me with respect, I mean, I don't want to say you can't love your psychiatrist, but I'll always be appreciative of the work he's done for me because he respected me and I respected him. It's really unfortunate the persecutory delusions kind of ruined, it kind of led to the end of our sessions. But for treating me with dignity, respect, and like a human being, I'll always appreciate Dr. Garrett.
I bet you will. Bet you will.
I'm going to read to you an email that I sent to Dr. Garrett and Dr. Coplin on May 15th, 2020.
One side of the speaker. Wow.
I said, I just had a chat with Dr. Garrett. I'd love to address the medication issue sooner rather than later. Yes, there are so many adverse side effects, sexual dysfunction, for example, but we decided reducing the Invega and potentially going into full-blown psychosis during coronavirus pandemic might not be wise. Meaning I don't want to wind up in the hospital then get corona. When society becomes more stable, because I've made a lot of progress with Dr. Garrett, I hope we can tweak something and see how I do on fewer meds. Everywhere I go, I feel extreme self-consciousness, like people are looking at me in a critical way. I went into a supermarket, a crowded supermarket, and somebody pointed at me who was with their mother.
All I wanted was a Pepsi.
And said, "Mommy, I'm scared." Din, 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 din. "Mommy, I'm scared." Din, 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 din. "There's a man with schizophrenia right over there. Mommy, I'm scared." Din, 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 din. "Mommy, I'm scared." Din, 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 din.
I didn't realize he did original songs. He does have a playlist for these. Hold on.
"There's a man with schizophrenia right over there. I know they say my scars aren't exposed like one big, raw, open, gaping wound. Nobody can tell I have severe mental illness just by looking at me. Nobody can tell I'm defective and damaged. But I feel like people glance at me and say, 'Mommy, I'm scared.' Din, 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 din. 'Mommy, I'm scared.' Din, 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 din. There's a man with schizophrenia right over there. Mommy, I'm scared. Mommy, I'm scared. There's a man with schizophrenia right over there." And don't stigmatize people who have schizophrenia. Don't look down and be judgmental on people who have schizophrenia. They just want love, just like you and I and everyone else. Everybody wants love. So don't say, Mommy, I'm scared. Din, 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 din. Mommy, I'm scared. Din, 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 din. There's a man with schizophrenia right over there. Mommy, I'm scared. Din, 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 din. Mommy, I'm scared. Din, 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 din. There's a man with schizophrenia right over there. I went to a mental health support group and I met a girlfriend who has schizophrenia. You know, we love each other, we're madly in love, and we're harmless. But you know, people can tell we're a little off. People can tell we're a little different. And when we go out into public, people point at us and say, Mommy, I'm scared. Din, 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 din. Mommy, I'm scared. Din, din, din.
Oh no.
There's a couple with schizophrenia right over there. Mommy, I'm scared. Din, 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 din. Mommy, I'm scared. Din, 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 din. There's a couple with schizophrenia right over there. Mommy, I'm scared. Din, 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 din. Mommy, I'm scared. Din, 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 din. There's a couple with schizophrenia right over there. Mommy, I'm scared. Din, 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 din. Mommy, I'm scared. Din, 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 din. There's people with schizophrenia right over there. But don't fear us. Just love us. We want to be loved. We want to be empathized with. We want to just be like... Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, I thought it was gonna keep playing.
When I am sad, I go to Andrewland. There is coffee, there is puppies, Andrewland. It's a fantasy land. Andrewland. Where's your land? Make your land. Andrewland. Are you ready to go on a journey with me to a magical land of fantasy? Yeah, I'm ready to go. I said, yeah, I'm ready to go. Take my hand, and I'll take you to Andrewland, far
He
from
sounds
the
so
real
ominous.
world, far from planet Earth. You won't socially engage with anyone at Andrewland. Nobody will hear you or listen to you. It's completely solitary. Andrewland. It's a fantasy land. Andrewland. It's a fantasy land.
Oh, who
No
left?
one can hurt you in Andrewland, but you can't. But you're not going to experience life. They say the key to recovery, though,
Yes.
is coming out of Andrewland, developing interpersonal relationships, you know, going places, doing things. But I learned the real world was chaotic. I learned the real world was hostile. So I hide, posting on social media. And I think social media is my ticket to riches and fame. But they say on the contrary, it's your ticket to pouring your life down the drain. You're wasting your life. Day after day, month after month, year after year, decade after decade, solitary in Andrewland, the fantasy land. No pleasure. Involuntarily celibate, like a 37-year-old virgin, hostily dependent, codependent with his parents, no life, no friends. Andrewland. It's a fantasy land. Andrewland. It's a fantasy land. Does anyone want to join me in Andrewland? I mean, it's hell on earth, but maybe somebody will give me company
I kind of feel bad for laughing because I know he's 100% serious about this.
in this daydream world.
Virgin boy.
The following song is about a legal, of age, 24-year-old virgin.
Oh shit.
Like a little boy, like a little boy. Little virgin boy, pure and innocent, sweet and magnificent. I was the virgin boy, now you're the virgin boy, pure and innocent,
Oh, my
sweet and
Lord.
magnificent. There's no shame in being a virgin. No, no, no. No, no, no. It is nothing to be ashamed of. Like a little boy, like a little boy.
Oh
If
my
you're
goodness.
24 and still a virgin, don't be embarrassed. You're the truly cool one. You're pristine. You're wholesome. You're pure. Let's hear it for the virgin boys. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Virgin boys. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Virgin boys. Virgin
goodness.
boy. Oh, what joy does the virgin boy have?
Holy shit.
Like a little boy, like a little boy. Virginity is fantastic. Fantastic, fantastic. Virginity is fantastic. Little virgin boy, you're the truly cool one. Little virgin boy, don't be ashamed of what other people think. Little virgin boy, it doesn't matter. Someday you'll meet a girlfriend of your own. Little virgin boy, don't be ashamed. Don't be embarrassed. Don't feel small. Don't feel
I'm
inadequate.
gonna drop that one more time.
Sex is overrated. And someday you'll find that out. Sex is overrated. And someday you'll find that out. Like a little boy. Like a little boy. The 24-year-old virgin is pristine. I'm someone who's in his 30s. I'm pretty attractive for a man, but I'm living in poverty. I have no money in the bank. I'm handsome, but, like I said, I have no money. And I go seeking a
I'm
wealthy
gonna have some
older
stuff to do
woman,
later tonight.
a woman who's about 20 years older than me,
Hit
who's
that
about
upload
50 years
schedule.
old. And, this woman's living a life of luxury. This woman's got plenty of money. She's a billionaire. But I have to cater to the needs of a wealthy, attractive, older woman.
Oh my god.
Cater to the needs of a wealthy, attractive, older woman. This woman doesn't really love me. She's using me for my body. And me, I'm using this woman, obviously, for her money and the lifestyle she can provide. I'm just biding my time and, but then again, is it kind of degrading, being treated like an object? Is it kind of degrading, being humiliated in this way? I guess so. But, also it provides me with money and an upper class lifestyle while we're dating. And I'm gonna cater to the needs of a wealthy, attractive, older woman. Cater to the needs of a wealthy, attractive, older woman. After a year or two, this billionaire, she gets bored of me. She gets tired of me and she dumps me. She moves on to bigger and better fish. And I'm back to anonymity. I'm back to poverty. I'm back to having no money.
I
I'm
keep
back
trying to
to
sync the
myself.
bucks with him, but I'm not sure if he's actually staying steady or if he's getting faster.
I miss the good old days when I was catering to the needs of a wealthy, attractive, older woman. Catering to the needs of a wealthy, attractive, older woman. Because not only was I having intimacy, I was also living a life of luxury, and I was also having the time of my life. Catering to the needs of a wealthy, attractive, older woman. Catering to the needs of a wealthy, attractive, older woman. Take your medication, take your medication.
That's a good one.
Andrew, take your medication, take your medication. Andrew, there's a man named Andrew. He has schizophrenia. All his friends and family want him to take a mega regimen, a psychiatric
I'm gonna clip this later and I'm gonna set it as my alarm to take my psych meds.
medications. He takes pill after pill. Yum, yum, yum. Day and night. Yum, yum, yum. Take your medication, take your medication. Andrew, take your medication, take your medication. Andrew, after taking his meds compliantly for about 10 years, Andrew had enough. He thinks he's being pharmacologically abused. He stops all his medication. Take your medication, take your medication. Andrew, take your medication, take your medication. Andrew, off of his antipsychotics and mood stabilizing medications. Andrew's scary to be around. His parents and family avoid him. His friends have all gone
like
away.
me for real, though.
They all say, take your medication, take your medication. Andrew, take your medication, take your medication. Andrew is hospitalized and ordered to take some meds. But then he discontinues the meds. He puts his foot down. He's setting boundaries. He says, I don't want to take my medication.
I don't want to take my
But they all say,
medicine.
take your medication, take your medication. Andrew, take your medication, take your medication. Andrew. They say, Andrew, if you resume your meds, your relationship with your parents and family will improve. Your friends may come back. The reason you're solitary, the reason you can't function as an independent adult, the reason your life's in the gutter is because you're not taking your medication. Take your medication. Andrew, take your medication. Take your medication. Andrew, take your medication. Take your medication. Andrew, take your medication. Take your
Unfortunately,
medication.
this is gonna be stuck in my head for the next week.
Andrew.
Holy shit.
The life of a doggy is really, really good. The love of a doggy I love more than I should. When you're in mental health recovery groups and you're feeling depressed, they say pet the dog. Play with the dog. It will release endorphins in your brain and get you out of your fog.
That
The
doesn't
love of a
sound
doggy
nice.
is really, really good. The love of a doggy I love more than I should. Dogs are only here for love. Dogs are only here for happiness. Dogs are only here for love and joy to the world. Dogs are only here for love. Dogs are only here for happiness.
Said something about him doing something with a dog.
Dogs are
Crow said something about an incident between this man and a dog, but it's deleted now, and I'm concerned about this song.
only here for love and joy to the world. The love of a doggy is really, really good. The love of a doggy I love more than I should. When you're feeling down, when you're feeling sad, pet the dog, play with the dog, cuddle with the dog. It will release endorphins in your brain and make you less insane. It
I
will
love the
make
way
you
he sings.
happy.
Make ya
It will
happy.
give you pleasure. The love
That
of a
one feels
doggy
dirty.
is really, really good. The love of a doggy I love more than I should.
Oof. The titles of his songs are
Are
all
you
so
ready
good.
for confession? I'm gonna teach you some lessons. Are you ready for confession? I'm gonna teach you some lessons. Hello, attractive young woman. I am your priest.
Andrew.
You can disclose all your sins to me. To me. Tell me how naughty you've been. It seems you've been a very naughty girl, attractive young woman. Do you care? You need to say prayers. You need to atone for your sins. Atone for your sins. Tell me how naughty you've been. I am your priest of higher authority. Divinely sent. Do you care? You need to say prayers. It enrages me. What a naughty young woman you are. You're such a sinner. And it makes my blood boil. It makes me hot all over because I'm angry.
Vicky, if you're still here,
I
I got this. Let me know where I'm sending it.
am your priest. Respect me. Now she goes to therapy. Hello, attractive young woman. I am your psychiatrist. You can divulge all your traumas and pain to me. You see, I want to help you make a mental health recovery. I want to help you get healthy. Oh, attractive young woman, I do not get off on your pain and suffering. I am like a robot. Are you ready for confession? I'm gonna teach you some lessons. I'm gonna help you heal from your traumas. You accuse me of getting sadistic pleasure from your pain and suffering. But that's not so. I'm
You'll
here
be me
to
during the
help
24-hour
you
streams.
make a mental health recovery. I am your psychiatrist, extremely professional. I'm like a robot. I don't get those perverted thoughts and feelings like you. What you're actually doing is you're projecting onto me. You're projecting your sexual perversity onto me.
Is he Tony Soprano?
See, I'm just here to help you recover. I'm here to help you heal. I am your psychiatrist.
Nah, she fucks shrinks.
I was unloved, neglected, like an animal in the pound. I've been there for days, weeks, months, years, decades in the dog pound. And now they're getting ready to euthanize me. Do, 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 do. Was I betrayed by everyone? My parents, family, and friends? Did they intend to hurt me? You don't think the whole thing was a conspiracy for something that took place 20 to 25 years ago with my mother, stepfather's families, and them? It just seems very fishy to me. And somebody asked me, what seems fishy? The social media content and photographs from before, during, and after. I'm told it's idea of reference delusions, but it appears premeditated to me. It appears to me, and this is what I feel, I was being gaslit and scared about HIV by everyone, and they knew that I'd have an accident. And I even wonder, maybe even Dr. Garrett was in on it too. Maybe my psychiatrist hated me. Maybe everyone betrayed me. I guess it doesn't really make sense, and ultimately it was my choice. But I think they had premeditated intentions to hurt and betray me. And if that's true, I think worse than actually taking meds, worse than actually taking the HIV PrEP and feeling damaged, I think worse than that is the betrayal. But, I was looking at a photograph, which might be an idea of reference, of Ash Ketchum from Pokemon in a bathtub. And he says, Pika, use Thunderbolt. And, obviously Ash is wanting to
I'm 14
die.
and this is deep.
And, even if you don't like Ash Ketchum, he's the main protagonist from Pokemon. It would be dark to see Ash die, He isn't exactly cool, but he's like the John Cena of Pokemon. If John Cena became traumatized and wanted to commit suicide, it's like he's kind of a douche, John Cena. But we want my time is now and you can't see me,
15.
And I get that John Cena is a character and so is Ash. So I should stop, using Pokemon references, but, and I get that this was an idea of reference and this person wasn't making a metaphor that now I feel damaged and want to, but I guess move on, look to the future, and the past is the past for the reason. Make my future bright, make my best days are ahead of me, and focus on mental health recovery. The gas chamber. My apartment's like a gas chamber. The gas chamber. My apartment's like a gas chamber. I don't clean. My apartment isn't pristine. It's dirty. It's filthy. There's garbage everywhere. And the garbage gives off toxic fumes that I breathe in every day. The gas chamber. My apartment's like a gas chamber. The gas chamber. My apartment's like a gas chamber. I sit in here in solitude all day, every day, breathing the toxic air, and it's probably going to give me a life-threatening terminal illness like cancer. It's exterminating me. The gas chamber. My apartment's like a gas chamber. The gas chamber. My apartment's like a gas chamber. Somebody says, Andrew, you're not being exterminated. You're low functioning and you're choosing to sit in a dirty and filthy apartment. You know, nobody has you at gunpoint and is forcing you to pour your life down the drain. In the gas chamber. My apartment's like a gas chamber. The gas chamber. My apartment's like a gas chamber. And I'm afraid it's killing me. The gas chamber. My apartment's like a gas chamber. I'm afraid it's giving me cancer. The gas chamber. My apartment's like a gas chamber. And I want freedom. There's a clip on The Simpsons where they hook Mr. Burns up to a lie detector. They ask him to tell the truth. He says yes, and the lie detector explodes. When I ask my parents to be honest with me in general, but more specifically if the HIV scare and pharmacological abuse was premeditated, when they say no and they're telling the truth, that's how I feel. I feel they have a history of dishonesty, lies, and gaslighting. But rest assured that someone would tell me the truth. Not everyone is lying. Except in the back of my mind, I believe my parents are lying to me, and the only thing I'll accept is a confirmation of my delusional beliefs. But maybe they are telling me the truth along with everybody else. They're not covering up the truth to avoid accountability because they think I can't handle the truth. They're being honest and transparent. I asked, how are you so sure they're telling the truth? I appreciate you being honest and transparent, though. Someone said to me, because it makes no sense and sounds like the delusions of every other schizophrenic person. There's a guy on YouTube who says the satellite man aims to steal his satellite to burn his teeth and cause him pain. Do you believe that's true? Or do you believe he's suffering from delusions?
Someone's trying to put him on a Tony Chase.
Of some sort. You can handle the truth. You just don't want to. We both know that you're capable of catching it, checking it, changing it. Sometimes you have those thoughts and you see CC immediately. But other times you let it stew. You have to catch it, check it, change it. I said, okay, thanks. I'll catch it, check it, change it. Thanks for the reality check.
All right, I need a bit of a palate cleanser. This is Anne Marie Kelly. She cut all her hair off.
We have one slow doggy today. She didn't eat yesterday. She just laid on a bed. We had to force her up to bed. We got her upstairs. She wouldn't have her tablets. She wouldn't have any treats. She just laid on the bed all night. She didn't even get up for the toilet. We had to get her up this morning. When the alarms went off, we had to force her out of bed to come down to go for a wee. I don't know, I think it might be the end, you know.
Oh no, that's not much.
Right at all, is it? We've only not that far. All we've done is from our van there. She just doesn't want to. Come on now. And she's with her not eating and she's hardly drinking.
Whoops, not a very good palate cleanser.
If she's not better by Monday, then she's going to the vets. Wonder World, I'm Marie. Evening world. Oh, look at the mess of this kitchen. It's like, that's all the recycling. That's George's midnight stack. That's all the washing up I did before I went to bed. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I just thought I would, don't mind the grease hair. I had a bubble bath tonight, so I couldn't wash my hair. But this, so my protein stuff, I need somewhere to find them, put them. Has she finished yet? Hello. But yeah, oh, come on, because it's like it's Friday morning now. But just thought I'll come on, say hello, because I haven't plugged anything yet this week. Just open this back door. She likes to go out both sides. Would you like me in pyjamas? It's onesie pyjamas. George's auntie gave me 2 pairs today. Not today. The other day when I went around.
This is Jorb's next girlfriend. We got to get her there.
This pair and a bright pink pair, but I've already worn them. But look.
I mean, if Jorb goes on Facebook dating, this is going to be his next girlfriend. Look at that stance.
Oh, look here.
The power, the presence.
The shorts. Aren't they cute? The shorts, the bright pink ones. Oh, I love pink. Can you hear the camel? You wouldn't think that I've just been asleep, would you? Oh, went to bed. I let her out at 11 o'clock because she had diarrhea then as well. I went to bed. She's been farting and farting and farting. And then
pooping big or small?
Wanted to get up again. 1:15. The thing is, I'm bloody wide awake now. So, yeah, wide awake at 1:15 in the morning. It's open for you. Oh, have I got stuff to tell you? I was going to wait till tomorrow, but since I'm in a chatty mood, I'll just show you tomorrow if I remember. Remember, I don't know if you remember the big tree bushes, those blackberry bush and everything, all in this corner outside. Well, George chopped all that down today, and there's just a tree trunk left, which he needs to get the chainsaw out. I mean, it's all in the back garden, on this side of the garden now, in a pile, because there's nowhere to put it yet. But, yeah, he did all that today because I think we got rats, because she keeps chasing something. And I thought it was cats, because I heard someone run up their fence. Because it's pitch black, you can't see. Because it's only on the night. And she's always in that corner, sniffing away. So, next door said she could hear rats in the wall. And George the other night said he could hear scratching in the wall.
Josh, you say?
So we went out today. He cut all that down, and they've actually ate through our wood window frame and got into the wall. So we've got someone coming tomorrow between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. from the home insurance, because they do pests for free. I don't know if we'll get the window fixed for free, but we'll have to see. But George put filler in, because that's all we had in the house at the time. Oh, by the way, George took tomorrow off work so we can wait in. But George put filler in, so it does, I don't know, wall filler or something he found in the house. And then he bought plugins that are plugged into the wall, and it's supposed to detect rats. I don't know. But anyway, there's a hole in the filler and little white footprints going across the garden, so I don't know if the plugins have worked and have come out of the wall. But we'll see tomorrow. So anyway, yeah, that's our malarkey this week. The only thing is the plugins tick. You got 2 of them down here and they don't even tick at the same time. So it's annoying.
I'm on the run from the law. I've done some bad things, like broke a guy's jaw. But they won't find me, 'cause I've gone real far away. I'm hiding in South America from law enforcement and the FBI. I'm working for pennies, trying to elude law enforcement. And I'm a fugitive. I'm on the run from the law. I've done some bad things, like broke a guy's jaw. But they won't find me, 'cause I've gone real far away. They're advertising me on crime TV shows. Maybe advertising isn't the right word. They're displaying me on crime TV shows. I'm on most wanted lists. The FBI really wants to get me. They really want to apprehend me. I feel the heat coming to me in South America. I feel like they're zeroing in, closing in on my location. And I'm a fugitive. I'm on the run from the law. I've done some bad things, like broke a guy's jaw. But they won't find me in South America. Or so I thought. It seems like they're zeroing in. So I take a plane to Asia. I go to a third world country in Asia to elude law enforcement, to continue my run. The key is to go to countries that have no extradition treaties with the USA. Countries that won't ship USA's fugitives.
He's kind of spitting facts right now. Write this down.
Back to them. Countries that are a little sketchy and nefarious themselves. I'm a fugitive. I'm on the run from the law. I've done some bad things, like broke a guy's jaw. But they won't find me, 'cause I've gone real far away. I'm gonna read to you Love Depravity, a poem that I wrote for a mental health writing class. I've never been in love, severely and sadistically bullied. No safety, no shelter, wanting protection. But the world is a chaotic place, deprived of young love. Everybody's having fun besides me. Betrayed and blindsided, humiliated and degraded. Rejected by society, all alone. Then I went crazy. No social skills, isolation, could have died, self-destruction. I needed intervention. Nobody cared.
You've never even heard of a victim complex until you've come here, baby doll.
Psychiatric hospitalizations. Wearing the crazy scarlet letter. Everybody's critical of me. Defective freak, extreme self-consciousness, desiring love, friendships still fleeting, extreme anxiety, I don't fit in anywhere, no desire to be a part of the real world, delusional daydream land, comforted by my imagination, They tell me it's not real, to live in the real world. I want to be alone, cut off from the world, wallowing in self-pity, pain and suffering. It's too late to rescue me. Wasting time, getting angry. Why did nobody rescue me? Where are my friends? Where are my family? Why did this happen to me? Am I to blame? I finally met a friend, the best friend of my life. It feels too good to be true. Attachment issues, too needy. Life revolves around one person. It can end at any time. Will she betray me? A sadistic monster too? Trust issues. Remembering she loves me. Rapid delusional mood swings ruining meaningful relationships. Life is fleeting. Everybody goes away. Death is the last chapter of our lives. Life doesn't have to be torture. We can have moments of happiness in between the sadness. About living with me, my mother says, and I quote, "It's like I've been through 20 tours of Iraq duty. I am done. I am burned. I am beaten." My mother claims she's like an Iraqi soldier. Living with me has given her PTSD. Living with me has given her PTSD. She's shell-shocked. She's traumatized. She's burned out. She's fatigued. Living with me has given her PTSD. Living with me has given her PTSD. She claims living with me is like 20 tours of Iraqi duty. That's preposterous. That's ridiculous. And if my mother wants to make dramatic claims like that, then so can I. I feel like living with my mother and stepfather. I feel like a prisoner of war. I'm metaphorically getting beaten with bamboo sticks. Living with them is making me a man-child. Living with them is making me a man-child. I'm traumatized. I'm horrified. Some people say, Andrew, you're wrong. And your mother, she's 100% correct. So you're saying my mother is really like an Iraqi soldier? If so, I guess thank you for your service, Christine. But, I don't agree. But she claims living with me has given her PTSD. She's shell-shocked. She's traumatized. She's burned out. She's fatigued. But when I try to make exaggerated and embellished claims, like I'm a prisoner of war here, getting metaphorically beaten with bamboo sticks, people tell me, no, that's not true, Andrew. Your mother is the victim. I'm going to read to you an email that Dr. Garrett wrote on September 9th, 2020. Regarding my email is Sid Barrett, my biological father, and I look just like him. He says, "It makes me sad to observe how your mind keeps going in circles, returning to the same several unsubstantiated daydreams, where sometimes Billy Joel is your father, and other times Sid Barrett is cast in that role. The daydream that Sid Barrett is your father is driven by predicate logic, which creates the illusion that two things that share a common characteristic are meaningfully related. In other words, if I look like Sid Barrett, therefore I am his son. Let's consider the facts. Yes, your photograph looks a bit like the photographs of Sid Barrett, but did you ever stop to think how many other young men in the world out there your age also look like Sid Barrett? Or do you think you are the only one? No, you aren't the only one. Let's start with the population of London, which is about 9 million people. Do you imagine that no one living in London looks like Sid Barrett? Of course, in a city that large, some people look like Sid Barrett. Let's start small, assuming that only one person in the 9 million people in London looks like Sid Barrett. You would have to conclude by predicate logic that you have a brother living in England, another unacknowledged son of Sid Barrett. You pick the next number. Let's be generous and assume out of the 9 million people in London, 100 bear resemblance to Syd Barrett. Remember, generally, children do not look exactly like their parents.
Oh, Gina's over here.
Their appearance is a mix of the genes of both parents. So at a certain point, the more you look like Syd Barrett, the less likely it is that you have a familiar relationship to him. A familial relationship.
Gina, I didn't
to him.
bounce you.
If you were really the son of your mother and father, if you're really the son of your mother and Syd Barrett as you claim, and there is no evidence that you are, you would have a blend of Barrett's features and your mother's features. So you might have some features that resemble some of his, but you would also not look quite like him. Having met both your Long Island parents, I would say that you don't look exactly like either one of them, although I can see some of your features resemblance to both. In an effort to try to help you escape the broken record of daydreams you have gotten lost in, I want to suggest a rule for your emails.
Somebody time out Gina.
Let's try the rule and see how it goes, and we
she's
can
not
discuss
showing up.
Tuesday when we resume sessions. I want to ask you several things. That you not email me again about a celebrity being your father until you have fulfilled the following criteria. That you have factual evidence that you are one in a small number of men in the world who look like Syd Barrett, all who claim to be his son. After all, your standard and predicate logic is that if you look like Syd, then you are his son. So you have to extend that same status and opportunity to all other men who look like him. That you establish some fact base beyond your speculation that you are Syd Barrett's son. For example, Syd Barrett's girlfriends would likely have been some interest to the press. A newspaper showing your mother together with Syd Barrett, his arm around her, showing they were dating, might count as evidence. You will need to explain why your story keeps changing. Why for periods of time it's Billy Joel and other periods, like more recently, it's Syd Barrett. I would prefer to not receive any more emails about your secret paternity until you have advanced your cause by meeting the 3 criteria above. By receiving your emails and saying nothing to the contrary in your behalf, I worry that I am only indulging a daydream rather than trying to help you face what you need to face, which is that you aren't going to be rescued. You have made strides towards your independence in the last year, but perhaps because of COVID isolation, you seem to be spinning in circles. In a way, the easiest thing to prove is that you are not Syd Barrett's son, simply because you resemble him. The harder thing, which I and Dr. Coughlin remain committed to help you with, is to face your anxieties about the real world and take seriously the study of how your mind works to create monsters out of anonymous strangers who pass you on the street, who you worry are intent of doing you grave harm. The enemy here, Andrew, is not your mother. The enemy is your fear and the way your mind reacts to that fear with endless loops of daydreaming. See you Tuesday at our regular time, Dr. G. I desperately need to get laid. I desperately need to get laid. Desperately. I need it so badly. Desperately. I need it so badly. I'm so thirsty for intimacy. I feel like I've been involuntarily celibate for what feels like my whole life. I feel like a 40-year-old virgin in a lot of ways, though I have had sex before. I feel like I've had hardly any romance. And I desperately need to get laid. I desperately need to get laid. Desperately. I need it so badly. Desperately. I need it so badly. But people tell me to not be so desperate. Desperation just scares women away. And when you're desperate, you can make a boneheaded decision and get involved with dubious characters. They say it's better to focus on mental health recovery and getting well first before I enter a relationship or get involved with romance. But I'm so thirsty for intimacy, and I feel I desperately need to get laid. I desperately need to get laid. Desperately, desperately, I need it so badly. Desperately, desperately, I need it so badly. There's a cute woman, and she's showing some interest in me. And I ask her, please, can I have the fruits of your body? Please, can I have the fruits of your body? Because I feel like I've been involuntarily celibate for my whole life. I feel like I've been involuntarily celibate for my whole life. And I desperately need to get laid. I desperately need to get laid. Desperately, desperately, I need it so badly. Desperately, desperately, I need it so badly. I haven't had sex in years. Desperately, desperately, I need it so badly.
God damn it.
I'm going to read to you emails that I sent to Dr. Garrett. The first is called My Mother Murdered Me. I wrote it to him on August 1st, 2022. I said, I'm sure the rabies scare is a facade set up by my mother. Right now, they sound insane. I wouldn't be surprised if she contaminated me in secret, and when I don't take dose 3 and 4, I'll become rabid. If that happens, know my mother intentionally murdered me, then took the vaccine. And this is Dr. Garrett's reply on August 1st, 2022. Andrew, you have drifted into delusion again, Dr. G. And I said on August 1st, 2022, could my mom really do a Gus Fring from Breaking Bad? Infect the whole family with rabies, including herself? Right now, she sounds completely insane. Then when I don't take dose 3 and 4 and become rabid, she'll say, I told him so, but in reality, it was intentional murder. I sent a follow-up email. Dr. Natural said to me, you drifted into delusion again. Okay, I'll fight this off and remind myself, my mother is not a criminal mastermind, sadistic deceiver, and soon-to-be murderer. This was an unpleasant week that sent me into a negative daydream tsunami. And Dr. Garrett said, well put, a negative daydream tsunami. The next one, it's my email. It's called Rabies Vaccine, August 1st, 2022. The bat was negative. Can you get rabies from the rabies vaccine? If I don't complete shots 3 and 4, is that a worry? If I stop the rabies vaccine in the middle, half completed, can I get rabies? I was told the vaccine isn't an active virus. The answer is no, but still, it's scary. And the bat never had rabies to begin with. I wish I never even started the vaccine. A positive about half completing the rabies vaccine, I was told in the rare circumstance I am actually bit by a rabid animal, all I need is 2 boosters now. I don't need to get 4 rabies shots anymore. Most likely that'll never happen, but you never know. It could. And Dr. Garrett said on August 2nd, 2022, you are safe from rabies. The next email is mine. It's called My Choice, ? August 3rd, 2022. My mother and father will try to say I had a choice. I wanted to get the first shot of the rabies vaccine in the emergency room. I disagree. I'm a disabled adult child. My mother has a lot of control over me. I don't think I had freedom. Was it truly my decision to get it? I sent a follow-up email. I'm afraid if I half complete the rabies vaccine, I'll get rabies from the vaccine. Is it a legitimate risk? I wasn't exposed to a rabid animal. And this is Dr. Garrett's reply. There is a 0 chance you will contract rabies from a vaccine. The vaccine is not a live organism. And these are some more posts. August 4th, 2022. Dr. Natural feels my mother's reaction to a bat in the house was appropriate. We didn't know if it had rabies or not. Later, we discovered it didn't. In hindsight, it's easy to say I shouldn't have even started it. Now it's up to me if I want the next 2 shots. Stop getting negative daydreams that my mother secretly infected the whole family with rabies, including herself, to murder me, and when I don't complete the vaccine, like Gus Fring from Breaking Bad. The bat could have been rabid. Now we know it was not. I was never exposed to rabies. Dr. Natural feels I owe my mother a heartfelt apology. She is not a sadistic deceiver who was trying to murder me with the rabies vaccine. Based on what we knew last Thursday, her reaction was appropriate. As of Monday, we now know the bat is not rabid. So don't complete the vaccine. I've decided I'm not going to get the rabies shots number 3 and 4. I'm told a half-completed vaccine doesn't cause rabies. You can't get infected from the vaccine, and I was never exposed to a rabid animal. So basically, I should be fine, and life should go back to normal, don't worry. And this is Dr. Garrett's email on August 5th, 2022. You summarized our discussion well, as is usually the case. You note what Dr. Natural says and believes, but what does Andrew believe? I think we can answer that question directly with another question. Did you find a moment of inspiration to apologize to your mother for misreading her perfectly reasonable concern about getting vaccinated before you knew the bat was not rabid? Dr. G. And I said on August 5th, 2022, when you logically explain it to me calmly, I believe what you say. But when I get overtaken with emotion, I can get lost in delusion. I actually did apologize to my mother. I said, based on what we knew last Thursday, you made the correct decision, and I'm sorry for yelling. The sexual side effects, the sexual side effects, ooh, the sexual side effects, the sexual side effects, ooh, of my psychiatric medications are so damn frustrating. The antipsychotics, the mood stabilizers, and so on. The sexual side effects, the sexual side effects, ooh, of my psychiatric medications are like the worst thing on earth. Okay, maybe not the worst thing on earth, but it's so damn frustrating. I can't get or maintain an erection. There's so much sexual dysfunction, and it makes me want to metaphorically tear my hair out. The sexual side effects, the sexual side effects, ooh, the sexual.
Someone go get this man a King Cobra pill from the gas station.
Side effects, the sexual side effects, ooh, of my psychiatric medications make me want to stop all of my medications, 'cause it's so damn frustrating. It's so damn frustrating. These sexual adverse side effects. These adverse side effects are so damn frustrating. Although I'm 37 years old, my mental age is that of an 18-year-old. I behave like a little boy. Like a little boy. My body may change, but my age remains the same. My body may change, but my age remains the same. I look like a 37-year-old, but I behave like an 18-year-old. I'm the last remaining boy. I'm the last remaining boy. I'm the last remaining boy at 37. All my friends, my peers, they've been in interpersonal relationships. They've been working jobs. They've had romantic partners. Me, I've sat in a solitary fantasy land, deprived of a life, in solitary confinement. And my body may change, but my age remains the same. My body may change, but my age remains the same. And I'm the last remaining boy. I'm the last remaining boy. I'm the last remaining boy at 37. What can this man-child do to be like you? I've lost a lot of time in fight or flight mode, just trying to keep my head above water, trying to keep from drowning. I behave like a child. I don't behave like a 37-year-old. I behave like a child. I don't behave like a 37-year-old. I'm playing.
I think of all the people that say this online, I believe him.
A game of catch-up. My social skills are non-existent. I have no money in the bank. I'm desperate, and no 20-something-year-old wants to date a disabled loser with no money. I'm the last remaining boy. I'm the last remaining boy. I'm the last remaining boy at 37. I said to my parents, can someone tell me the goddamn truth? Tell me the goddamn truth. Jesus fucking Christ. I've been protesting for years now. It's obvious you're lying. Just tell me the goddamn truth. Just admit the truth. They pharmacologically abused me. The whole thing was premeditated and sadistic. It's clear as day. Then I said to my parents, I was listening to Chris Benoit's WCW theme song, and one of the comments said, "This theme is killer." I wonder if my father wrote that. That's what he used to say about Chris Benoit's matches after the double murder suicide.
Oh my god.
And after writing that, I'm like, all right, sorry for sending this email. I'm going to adjust my medication. I had a little bit of a delusion. But yeah, I mean, obviously, obviously I was talking about Chris Benoit's theme, and there was a comment in the section that said, "Oh, this theme is killer," and my father used to always say that. But it looks, as they say, it looks like. It doesn't look too good.
That's like me being like, my dad blew his brains out, so he's Kurt Cobain.
Especially after protesting, that they tell me the truth. And besides, like my artwork says, what I need to accept, the reason they don't confess is because they're not keeping secrets from me. I feel like there's deception, lies, and secrets, but there is nothing for them to confess to. Psychosis can make it appear like people are lying when they are telling the truth. Catch it, check it, change it. Everything is face value. Believe them, they are being transparent. Like another artwork said, I said, can someone tell me the truth? Enough, take accountability and tell me. My parents are sadists who tortured and pharmacologically abused me, correct? They hurt me with sadistic, nefarious, premeditated intentions, correct? And Dr. Natural says, this is delusions and psychosis. Your parents love you and want the best for you. And that's pretty much, I get emotional, I get angry, and then I'll send an email about Chris Benoit. But when I get angry, calm down. Toggle the switch to off. It's like there's a switch in my brain. Flip the switch to off. It's all good. There's nothing to get angry about. I'm on the sex sites. Yes, it's true. I'm on the sex sites. How about you? I'm on the sex sites. Yes, it's true. I'm on the sex sites.
Oh, there's
How
multiple
about
versions.
you? In years, I'm on the sex sites. Yes, it's true. I'm on the sex sites. How about you? I'm on the sex sites. Yes, it's true. I'm on the sex sites. How about you? In years past, I was a fake. I had no desire to meet anybody off of the sex sites. But time has made me take more risks. Now I'm getting rebellious. Now I'm looking for a hookup. Now I'm desperate. I'm looking to meet someone off of the sex sites. Yes,
I don't
it's
mean
true.
the meme
I'm
list,
on the
but I want to
sex
share
sites.
it every single time he
How
says
about
something like this.
you? I'm told maybe you need sex addiction. I'm like, I haven't really met anybody off these websites. I feel like I've been involuntarily celibate for my whole life. I feel like I'm the 40-year-old virgin in a lot of ways. Why would I need a sex addiction support group when I'm like this involuntarily celibate, almost like a virgin in a lot of ways? And they say, Andrew, if you do go through with meeting someone off these sex websites, you could get an STD, you could get hurt, or something bad. I don't know. Maybe I need to abstain. Maybe I need to go off the sex sites. Yes, it's true. Maybe I need to go off the sex sites. How about you? They say being on these sex websites is like tattooing your face. No good could come from it. If anything, just disaster and horrible things are going to come from being on sex sites. So, obviously, get off it. If you make the right decision, if you make the wholesome decision, no bad's going to come to you. So get off the sex sites. How about you? I'm on the sex. Get off the sex sites. Just like you.
Get off the sex sites.
Love is not just a 4-letter word. I feel it strongly when I'm with you. Yes, it's true. Oh, you are my soulmate, baby. Oh, you drive me crazy. Oh, you are my soulmate, baby. And I love you. Yes, it's true. Love is not just a 4-letter word. I feel it strongly when I'm with you. Yes, it's really, really true. I love you. I adore you. Come here, baby. Let me give you kisses. Let me show you affection. Our love is simply perfection. And I love you. And it's so true. Magical soulmate woman, I want you here now. Magical soulmate woman, I want you here now to embrace you, to hug you, to love you, to kiss you, to miss you. Oh, you are my soulmate, baby. You drive me crazy, and I love you, and I adore you, and I miss you. you, and I want to kiss you like this.
Tell her.
My mother said to my father and I, Bob, Andrew needs to live there. I am fucking done. Says I orchestrated the HIV fucking scare, which is insane, even in the fucking wording. If he is that unhinged about me, get the fuck out now. Fucking done. He needs...
That was a lot. Hold on. I need subtitles for that. What's happening?
My mother said to my father and I, Bob, Andrew needs to live there. I am fucking done. Says I orchestrated the HIV fucking scare, which is insane, even in the fucking wording. If he is that unhinged about me, get the fuck out now. Fucking done.
What's up, Venus? We're talking about this guy's mom orchestrating an HIV scare.
He needs Clozaril. My mother said, Andrew, I am texting Copland. Find a way to have you leave. I am done living with up and down unhinged. Improper medicated person directing delusions at me. It's unsafe. It's unfair. Time for you to live on your own. Now. I said, please, rather than fighting with me, try to reassure me that you did not gaslight me into having an HIV accident with premeditated intent. Right now, I feel as though I was pharmacologically abused for revenge, whatever the reason may be. I know I say it every day. I guess there is nothing new.
You might be able to help a fella out. He does have some daydreams about older men.
Here, you say you did not do it. Toggle the emotional switch to off. No one is lying. I stepped on something and I chose to take medications against everybody's advice not to. Also, nobody had nefarious premeditated intent with the mega regimen of psychiatric
Venus, if you're over 37, I bet he will let you hit.
medications. Your intentions were to always help me. On that note, though I disagree about it being unsafe, I don't want to do anything that will jeopardize my future. My future is too bright, but I do think it's time for me to find a place of my own. And my mother said, nope, telling Copland not safe. I am sick, old, can't play musical delusions. Fucking grow up and take correct meds. Get out. Done.
Oh shit. Accidentally exited out of...
I protest day after day after day for my parents to tell me the truth. Maybe I need to accept they are telling me the truth. Nobody is lying to me. There are no hidden realities. Psychosis can make it appear like people are lying when they are in fact telling the truth. So catch it, check it, change it. Come out of the emotional tsunami. I'm saying out loud at the gym, tell me the truth, because I'm getting ideas of reference. They know the nefarious secrets. But it's delusional. Everyone at thirst. I'm dying to thirst. It really hurts. Please quench my thirst. It really hurts. There's a hole in my life. There's a hole in my life. Maybe I could feel it with the wife. Ooh, or a job or something. What do I do to quell the pain? I eat peanut butter sandwiches. I drink beverages such as milk. Ooh, I take bubble baths. But but no food, beverage, or bath quells the pain. Ah, my thirst is here to stay. Ah, thirst, I'm dying of thirst. Thirst, it really hurts. I'm wandering the desert, dehydrated, parched, in desperate need of liquid. I desperately need water. I'm about to give up hope. I'm about to keel over and die from dehydration and lack of fluids. I wander the desert for days, weeks, months, years, decades. And I'm finally about to give up hope. I'm finally about to keel over and die. I'm desperate. And then I stumble upon a water fountain in the middle of the desert, and I begin to drink. Go 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 go. Now that I've quenched my thirst, I am content and happy. It's time for the sappy part, 'cause I'm happy. Thirst is a basic human need. We need water to survive. Thirst is a basic human need. We need water to survive. I feel like they get sexual pleasure from my pain and suffering. Sexual pleasure from my pain and suffering. Though I'm told that's not so. I'm told when I feel the constraints of my life, I blame them by bringing charges of sexual perversity. I say how they get off that I've been involuntarily celibate for what feels like my whole life. They get off that I feel like I'm the 40-year-old virgin. I say they get sexual pleasure from my pain and suffering. They get sexual pleasure from my pain and suffering. They get off putting me in fight or flight mode. They get off bullying and intimidating me. They get off. But I'm told they do not, Andrew. You know, you really are suffering, but you're projecting onto them. You know, you're projecting that they're sadists onto them. They're not fiends. No. They're not monsters. They're not getting sexual pleasure from my pain and suffering. They're not getting sexual pleasure from my pain and suffering. On the contrary, they want the best for me. They want me to succeed. They want me to get financially independent. They want me to meet a girlfriend. They want me to be happy. They don't want me to sit in solitude, frustrated, in pain. They're not getting off, you know?
I have to
you know, so stop, bringing charges of...
For you.
Go off, further in England for real. Top vibes, we've got those to seal.
Crystal made that hit, boy!
It's the South, really time to get down. Living this life, but thinking to frown. We're all down, going all the way in. Moved on the train, across the country at high speed. Down to Cornwall, holiday I really will need. Coming from the north, gone the other side. Find how to roll, always ready to decide. Told you it's all done, like this a checklist. Whatever I can appreciate, can't get shit missed. Time with relatives, raised as a family man. United for journey, visit made to my gran. Reaching that coast, chilled down in Falmouth. Crossed to Devon, moved round to Plymouth. Ready for transport, know how to get about. Bus at the stand, give it an easy shout. don't hang in there, back to a train. Book earlier on, ahead of ticket office. Map shit out, further and further I pass. Ease the track, follow along with an atlas. Hit the south, really time to get down. Living this life, but thinking to frown. We're all down, going all the way in. Joined by the friends they knew I'd visit. Turn this shit up, in the group we sit. Rapping right on the spot, they witness every win. Cornwall got this fans, big up to Finn. Shout out Casey also, we all went in. Us locked down for years, formed a proper team. Only increased our experiences, greater than it did seem. Staying out till late, enjoying this until the night. Spirited to stay up, fuck thinking of the light. So much to share, our story's not going down. Our jobs go on upward, got no time for any clown. I went on the zip wire, high over the quarry. True crazy golf.
When I was a child and the dog had her period, the dog had her menstrual cycle. My mom did not call her period her period. She called it bloody butt. Bloody butt. Bloody butt. Bloody butt.
That's what my mom called it too.
I guess explaining sexuality to children was too complicated for my mother. So yeah, we got like diapers and underwear. We put it on the dog, and you know, my mother said the reason the dog is bleeding is because, you know, quite frankly, she has bloody butt. Bloody butt. Bloody butt. Bloody butt. And somebody else says, you know, the dog didn't have her period. The dog wasn't experiencing her menstrual cycle like humans. On the contrary, the dog was in heat. A dog, when it's bleeding, you know, obviously is a lot different than a human when it's bleeding. Regardless of if the dog was in heat or the dog had its menstrual cycle or whatever. The truth is the dog was bloody, and we put underwear on the dog because we didn't want blood getting on the couch. We didn't want blood getting everywhere.
Wonderful.
And my mother did not say the dog was in heat or had her period, or instead she told us, and we were small at the time, she told us the dog had bloody butt. Bloody butt. Bloody butt. My big bulging eyes, my big bulging eyes, let you know that you're gonna die. My big bulging eyes, my big bulging eyes, let you know that you're gonna die. You messed with me. You humiliated me. You showed me no dignity, no respect, and now I'm coming back with a vengeance. Now I'm enraged at you. My big bulging eyes, my big bulging eyes, let you know that you're gonna die. My big bulging eyes, my big bulging eyes, let you know that you're gonna die. Here I go. I'm gonna knock you out with the bicep punch. Bam! One punch to the head and you fall to the ground. And now I stand there in the middle of the bar with my big bulging eyes, my big bulging eyes. And everyone is trembling in fear. They're all afraid of the bicep punch. They're all afraid of the bicep punch. They're all afraid of the bicep punch.
I don't know what you're talking about. This guy's amazing.
I'm a fugitive. I'm on the run from the law. I see your picture on the dating app called Tinder. I swipe right, I like you. I swipe left, I don't like you. I swipe right, I like you. I swipe left, I don't like you. I went through profile after profile, swiping left and swiping right, depending on how they looked, and I wasn't getting any matches. Okay, let's call a spade a spade. As long as someone was a cis woman, as long as someone wasn't a transgender woman, I basically swiped right on everyone. But you know what? I went days, weeks, months, and I wasn't getting any matches, and I was about to give up on Tinder. Then all of a sudden, bzz, bzz, that was my phone notifying me that someone swiped right. Duh, duh. Someone swiped right. Duh, duh. I got a Tinder match. I learned a little bit more about them. They learned a little bit more about me. I learned a little bit more about them. They learned a little bit more about me. I told them how I was a disabled adult child at 37 years old, getting taken care of by my mom. I am on disability. I'm schizoaffective. And my Tinder match went away. My Tinder match wasn't here to stay. I'm back down to 0 Tinder matches. No!
That one was actually kind of sad.
Maybe someday I could get another Tinder match. But until that day comes, I'm swiping right on everyone. Maybe I could get my mother to create my Tinder profile for me. She could do my profile better than me. She's smart when it comes to dating. She's a dating expert. Maybe my mom can message my Tinder matches for me in the future. Tinder, Tinder, Tinder. Tinder, Tinder, Tinder. Tinder, Tinder, Tinder. Tinder, Tinder, Tinder.
Man's got some bars, man.
This It's cool if you're crazy when you're young, but when you get older, it's no longer fun. It's cool if you're crazy when you're young, but when you get older, it's no longer fun.
Hell yeah.
Craziness at an old age isn't like a magical sage, 'cause it's bad. Yes, it's bad. 'Cause it's bad. Yes, it's bad. It's cool if you're crazy when you're young, but when you get older, it's no longer fun. It's cool if you're crazy when you're young, but when you get Wanna go in the water?
Wanna go in the
water? Wanna go in the swimming pool with me and splash around? I'm at a resort with a supermodel, and I start talking to her in a fake Brooklyn accent. I go, yo, 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 wanna go in the water? We could go in the swimming pool and we could splash around and drink a cup of water and drink some alcohol in the swimming pool. Yo, yo, yo. Then somebody calls me out on it. They say, hey, you don't talk like that, Andrew. You're putting on a fake Brooklyn accent. You sound like somebody from Hollywood, somebody from California.
A lot of you guys think that very simple people are gonna kill you, man. This man's not gonna kill you. No.
Impersonating a New Yorker. You're from Long Island, New York. And I say, yo, don't make fun of my accent. This is really how I talk.
This man couldn't kill somebody. The only person he talks to is his therapist and his mom. He wouldn't be able to approach somebody to form an interaction that would result in him murdering somebody.
Yo, 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 wanna go in the water? Wanna go in the water? Wanna go in the swimming pool
Wanna go in the
with
water?
me and splash around? I don't tell this guy, but I'm really putting on the accent to impress the supermodel. I want her to think I'm suave. I want her to think I'm cool. And, you know, the guy calls me out again. He's like, yo, this isn't how you talk. You don't talk like you're from Brooklyn. You sound like you're having a stroke. You sound like you have neurological damage. Stop talking like you're from Brooklyn to sound cool. And the supermodel, she comes to my defense. She says, yeah, stop making fun of his accent. He really talks like this, yo. I'm like, yeah.
And everybody clapped.
I talk like I'm from Brooklyn. So want to go in the water? Want to go in the water? Want to go in the swimming pool with me and splash around? And at the resort, at this expensive beach vacation, me and the supermodel, we go into the pool together. I'm in my bathing suit. She's in a sexy bikini. And clear blue water is running through our fingers and toes. Watch how it goes. Nobody knows. I'm splashing around at a resort with a supermodel girlfriend at an island, and it's paradise on earth. And clear blue water is running through our fingers and toes. Watch how it goes. Nobody knows. And I call over a bartender. I say, yo, 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 get this supermodel, get her a fruity drink, some fruity alcoholic beverage. And you know what I want? I want a cup of water with some cranberry in it. Want to go in the water? Want to go in the water? Want to go in the swimming pool with me and splash around? And this woman, she likes me. She adores me. She likes splashing around in the pool with me. And, you know, she doesn't care that I'm putting on a fake Brooklyn accent. She thinks it's cool. She likes my Brooklyn accent, yo. She likes my New York accent. And this guy, he's like, hey, New York accents aren't sexy. It's not like a British accent or a Southern accent or an Australian accent. New York accents are repulsive and they're disgusting. You know, you don't sound badass. Yo, 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 don't make fun of my accent, yo. Don't make fun of my accent. Want to go in the water? Want to go in the water? Want to go in the swimming pool with me and splash around? Please stop referencing me. Please stop talking about me in your social media content, in your photographs, in your posts. I see friends and family. A lot of what they posted on social media for the past 20 to 25 years is a reference to me. And usually it's not positive. It's critical. It's negative. They're bullying me. They're cyberbullying me. And here's what I want to say. Please stop being obsessed with me. Please stop referencing me on social media. I look at celebrities, pop stars. I listen to their songs. I see their posts. I see what they do on the TV, and I think their songs and their artwork is a reference to me. They're talking about me. They're writing lyrics about me. And here's what I want to say. Please stop referencing me. Please stop talking about me. I see TV shows like professional wrestling. I think storylines are about me. I think, scenes in movies are about me. I think, the entertainment industry is obsessed with me and entirely focused on me. But I'm told these are ideas of reference delusions. Ideas of reference delusions. It's not about me. They're not referencing me. It's not about me. They're not referencing me. These are ideas of reference delusions. I'll go into a coffee shop, for example, and I'll hear a barista talking with another customer about a crazy story that took place in Brooklyn. I'll hear crazy. I'll get extremely self-conscious. I'll think I'm being called crazy. But, this really has nothing to do with me. It's an idea of reference delusion. It's an idea of reference delusion. I'm not the center of the universe. The center of the universe. The center of the universe. The world is not really focused on me. The world doesn't really care I exist. These rich, powerful, and interesting people aren't referencing me with their artwork. The barista and customer don't care I'm in the store. My friends and family aren't referencing me on social media. It's ideas of reference delusions. It's ideas of reference delusions. So calm down.
What the fuck is going on with my thing?
Proper medication will help with the brain carpet. 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 You're probably asking yourself, what the hell does that mean, Andrew? You see, there's a carpet, something on the floor at Poppy's place, and it looks like brains on the carpet. It looks like brains that are inflamed, like a neurological damage, like brain cancer, a stroke, dementia, an inflamed brain. That's what it looks like on the carpet. Proper medication will help with the brain 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 carpet.
Second.
Father says, what you need, Andrew, is stronger, like a neurological damage, like brain cancer, a stroke, dementia, an inflamed brain. That's what it looks like on the carpet. Proper medication will help with the brain 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 carpet. But my father said he didn't buy the rug for nefarious reasons. He didn't buy the rug to criticize me or bully me. There was no metaphorical double meaning. It was an idea of reference. Like they say, sometimes just a carpet is a carpet. There's no reference or double meaning there. And my father says, what you need, Andrew, is stronger antipsychotics, mood stabilizing medications. You need stronger psychiatric medications. He says, Proper medication will help with the brain carpet. 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 He says if I'm medicated correctly, I'll stop seeing him as nefarious. I'll stop coming to feelings of conviction that the brain carpet is criticizing that I have neurological damage. And I'll just see a carpet for exactly what it is. A carpet.
We can only hope we only see the carpet as a carpet.
Who is the monster behind the mask? Who is Two-Faced? They say it's me. I allege the monster is my mother, and she's a sadistic puppet master. I allege the sadistic persecutor
Is this guy me when I was 16? Fuck.
is my father and my stepfather. But they tell me, Andrew, you're like Matt Ongard from Phoenix Wright. Andrew, you're the sadistic deceiver. You're the one who's putting on the innocent mask, but behind the mask, you're nefarious. Behind the mask, you're the fiend. You're the problem. You're the sadistic persecutor, Andrew.
I can't imagine that he wasn't.
Your parents, your family, your friends. They all see that it's you, Andrew. It's you. You're the monster behind the mask. You're the monster behind the mask. The monster behind the mask. The fiend. The person who's two-faced. It's me. It's nobody else. So take accountability and try to be more wholesome. Try to be more loving. Try to be more empathetic, you know? Realize the sadistic one. It's projection of intent. I'm the sadistic one. I'm the monster. I'm the nefarious one. It's all me. Take accountability. I'm the monster behind the mask. I'm the monster behind the mask. It's nobody else. In the United States of America, money is freedom. Money is freedom. If you don't have money, you don't have freedom. If you don't have money, you don't have freedom.
He's absolutely
Those
right.
with money are free. Those without, can you see, are enslaved by the rich. Are enslaved by the rich. 'Cause money is bad. It really is bad. Slaves to the rich, can't you see? Slaves to the rich will never be free. The rich say work, slaves work. The rich say work, slaves work. The poor say no, please no. The poor say no, please.
I need a track with him, Cyrax, and Rev rapping about being slaves to the machines.
No. The rich say work, slaves work. The rich say work, slaves work. The poor say no, please no. The poor say no, please no. Slaves to the rich, can't you see? Slaves to the rich will never be free. If you don't have money, you don't have freedom. If you don't have money, you don't have freedom. And the rich say, work, slaves work. The rich say, work, slaves work. And the poor say, no, please no. The poor say, no, please no. Slaves to the rich, can't you see? Slaves to the rich will never, ever
Why is it opening everything I click?
Scream, Nyla, scream, old woman with the casket. Blam, blam, your pointers, pointers. Waddle on to the store with crunchy Mrs. Stores. She'll be scrubbing. I work so hard. I deserve a delicious treat. The fruits of your body. The fruits of your body. Apples and bananas. Apples and bananas. Grapes and strawberries. Grapes and strawberries. Apples and bananas. Apples and bananas. Grapes and strawberries. Grapes and strawberries. I'm a billionaire who exerts all his time and energy into work. I don't have time for dating. Well, maybe I do. But, you know, I see an attractive woman. She's beautiful. She's gorgeous. She's in her 20s. And I say, give me the fruits of your body. Give me the fruits of your body. Apples and bananas. Apples and bananas. Grapes and strawberries. Grapes and strawberries. Apples and bananas. Apples and bananas. Grapes and strawberries. Grapes and strawberries. Give me the fruits of your body. Give me the fruits of your body. Give me the fruits of your body. Give me the fruits of your body, please. I work so hard. I deserve a delicious treat. I work so hard. I deserve a delicious treat. The fruits of your body. The fruits of your body. So please give me the fruits of your body. Please give me the fruits of your body. I have a lot of money. And if you associate with me, well, you might live a life of luxury too. Growing up, we did not call my grandparents on my father's side of the family Grandma and Grandpa Koloski. You see, they liked to play peekaboo with us. And, you know, we called them Grandma and Grandpa Peaky instead. The lineage got passed down, and I am Mr. Peaky. Mr. Peaky. They call me Mr. Peaky. They call me Mr. Peaky. Peekaboo, peekaboo, peekaboo. I urge you, don't mess with me. Don't push me to my breaking point. Don't get me enraged. You're trying to provoke me. You're trying to incite me. You want me to react. And I'm trying to remain calm, but you keep punching me, laughing at me, spitting at me, punching me, laughing at me, spitting at me. And now I've had enough. I'm
Someone needs
gonna
to get this man in the booth.
retaliate on you. You're gonna be in danger. You're gonna be in danger when I physically retaliate. When I physically retaliate, you're gonna be in danger. You're gonna be in danger when I physically retaliate. I physically retaliate. This drunken man at the restaurant is going to regret what he's doing because he doesn't realize. I know that MMA. I know that jiu-jitsu. I know how to deliver the bicep punch. And quite frankly, the bicep punch is the most devastating maneuver on planet Earth. You're gonna be in danger. You're gonna be in danger when I give you the bicep punch to your skull. You're gonna be in danger. You're gonna be in danger. And you're gonna fall and be rendered unconscious from the bicep punch. The most devastating maneuver. The bicep punch. It's overkill. You're gonna be in danger. You're gonna be in danger. So I suggest you stop bullying me right now, because I'm about to take the gloves off and I'm about to deliver you the bicep punch. Beep, 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 beep. The smoke detector is going off. There's a fire. The smoke detector is going off. There's a fire. Do you know what the fire is? It's me. 'Cause I'm smoking. I'm hot. I'm smoking. I'm hot. Oh yeah. I was sitting in my apartment for 5 hours and I was a fire hazard. The apartment went up in flames because I'm attractive and my appearance is a fire hazard. There was an inferno. The apartment went up in flames. The apartment went up in flames. And the smoke detector is going off. Beep, 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 beep. There's a fire in the house. It's me. I'm the fire in the house. 'Cause I'm smoking and I'm hot. I'm extremely attractive. I'm the hottest guy on planet Earth. So don't invite me over your house unless you want a house fire. Why are we at war when people are dying? Dying. I start to feel hate rising in me. Why are we at war when people are dying? Dying. The hate starts to grow to a point of no return. Yeah, heed my call. Listen or fall. I speak the truth. Get out of your booth. Why are we at war when people are dying? Dying. Shots ring out in an alley nearby. Young kids die. It makes me sad. The truth is, war's a lost cause. We must pause, stop all wars, they make me sore. War's a lost cause. We must pause, stop all wars, they make me sore. You should be a pacifist and say no, 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 no to war. No, 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 no to war. No, 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 no to war. 'Cause they really make me sore. Everyone all around the world, do it with me. No, 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 no to war. No, 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 no to war. Ah! Don't wanna be at war, don't wanna be here no more, don't wanna be at war. Don't wanna be at war, don't wanna be here no more, don't wanna be at war. Don't wanna be at war, don't wanna be here no more, don't wanna be at war. Don't wanna be at war, don't wanna be here no more, don't wanna be at war. The hate starts to grow to a point of no return. So let's get the troops home forever and ever and ever and ever. Let's withdraw from our wars. Let's leave now. Heed the call of the righteous one. I am righteous. So let's get the troops home forever and ever. War's a lost cause. We must pause. Stop all wars.
I don't know what the fuck I did to my computer while I was sitting here looking at it, but now, when I try to just click on the video and not the play button, it won't do anything, and when I try to scroll, it zooms in and out. So that's interesting.
They make me sore. Somebody said, Andrew, you desperately need to get laid. And I don't disagree. I desperately need to get laid. I desperately need to get laid. Desperately, 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 desperately. I've been involuntarily celibate for what feels like my whole life. I haven't had sex in years, and I'm frustrated, I'm irritable, I'm ready to metaphorically tear my hair out. I desperately need to get laid. I desperately need to get laid. Desperately, desperately, I need it so badly. Desperately, desperately, I need it so badly. I hope to meet a romantic partner very, very soon. I hope to meet a girlfriend very, very soon. But they say, Andrew, you're unstable. You need to work on mental health recovery. Fair enough. But I feel I desperately need to get laid. I desperately need to get laid. Desperately, desperately, I need it so badly. Desperately, desperately, I need it so badly. Give me the fruits of your body, please. Give me the fruits of your body, please. Some people say I'm quickly approaching a hospitalization. I'm quickly approaching the psychiatric hospital. I'm gonna be in a padded room. I'm gonna be in a padded room for the remainder of my life. Restrained by a straitjacket. I'm gonna be in a padded room. I'm gonna be in a padded room for the remainder of my life. Restrained by a straitjacket. I'm gonna be in a padded room and I don't like it here. I'm gonna be in a padded room full of fear. I'm gonna be in a padded room and I want to be free. I'm gonna be in a padded room and my life is history. I'm gonna be in a padded room. I'm gonna be in a padded room for the remainder of my life, restrained by a straitjacket. I'm gonna be in a padded room. I'm gonna be in a padded room for the remainder of my life, restrained by a straitjacket. I'm in a padded room, and I hate it here. I'm in a padded room, and I'm full of fear. I'm at a padded room, and I'm so angry. I'm in a padded room, and I want to be free. I'm gonna be in a padded room. I'm gonna be in a padded room for the remainder of my life, restrained by a straitjacket. I'm gonna be in a padded room. I'm gonna be in a padded room for the remainder of my life, restrained by a straitjacket. I'm gonna be in a padded room. I'm gonna be in a padded room for the remainder of my life, restrained by a straitjacket. I'm gonna be in a padded room. I'm gonna be in a padded room for the remainder of my life, restrained by a straitjacket. Damn, my stepdad's the opposite to fun. Damn, my stepdad's the opposite to fun. Fuck you. Yes, fuck you. Fuck you. I hate you. My stepfather is a sadist who intentionally tortured me. He is well aware exactly what he's doing. He's trying to put me in fight or flight mode. He's trying to kill me while creating a facade. He's helping me. He's a monster behind his mask. He resents me. And you know the reason why? It goes back to the joke. Why was 6 afraid of 7? 'Cause 6, 8, 9. Why was 6 afraid of 7? 'Cause 6, 8, 9. Damn, my stepdad's the opposite to fun. Damn, my stepdad's the opposite to fun. Fuck you.